can offer. Come visit the team here at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge and take advantage of this amazing offer now through February 28th.
GMFS, changing lives.
T. Brown here, CEO of GMFS Mortgage, which we started in Baton Rouge in 1999. Thanks to you, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. That's 25 years of helping thousands of you get into your dream homes, 25 years of helping thousands of you refinance to the best rate possible, and 25 years of helping many of you consolidate debts. The last 25 years would not have been possible without you, our clients, and our over 200 employees who come together every day through our Baton Rouge area offices and headquarters to provide you with award-winning customer service. If you're in the market to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, do what thousands of Louisianans have done over the past 25 years. Go to gmfsmortgage.com to start the process now and give us a chance to personally say thank you.
GMFS, changing lives.
GMFS NMLS number 64997 is an equal housing lender. Mortgages are originated at 7389 Florida Boulevard, Suite 200A, Baton Rouge, LA 70806, subject to credit and property approval.
When your transformer is down, it's not just an inconvenience. It's a cost to your business. At Bayou Transformers, we understand the urgency and we are ready to assist. Whether it's maintenance, reconditioning, or even a full replacement, we'll get you back to full power swiftly and efficiently. With a 5-year warranty on all our rebuilt transformers and a rapid turnaround time, we are your solution for all your transformer needs. Visit BayouTransformers.com. That's BayouTransformers.com.
Did your doctor prescribe physical therapy? And when you went to the location closest to your house, did they really work on you to get rid of your problem? Or did they take you through a list of exercises you could find on Google? Ladies and gentlemen, that is not physical therapy. My name is Robbie Bolton, owner of Evolve Physical Therapy and Sports. And if you're an active individual and you're having nagging knee pain with running, or your elbow or shoulder hurts with tennis or hitting a volleyball, don't go to someone's one of many locations. Come to the location. Evolve Physical Therapy and Sports on Starring Lane.
Hey, Ryan Terrio here. If you're tired of the automated car wash that only cleans half your vehicle, call my buddy Kurt Fall. K Falls and his team are professional and will treat you like family. Whether it's a full-on detail or a ceramic coating, call 225-478-4805. You won't be disappointed.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Monday, February 10th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 71. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap Super Bowl 59 between the Chiefs and the Eagles and react to the big win by Philadelphia. We'll also discuss Kellen Moore possibly heading to the New Orleans Saints to be their next head coach. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Good it feels, guys, to be back in studio. Our good friends, our teammates, Alondra Villarreal, Taylor Sharp, Jake, myself, finally back here in the studios after a couple of weeks on the road. Shout out to LeBears and everyone else for the last couple of weeks, two of the more memorable weeks, certainly, of my life. Definitely this past week. No doubt about that, dude. But it feels good to be back as we officially put a bow on another football season. Super Bowl ending, New Orleans getting A++ results, and the Saints about to get a new head coach. So a ton to get to today, guys. If you want to get involved in the show, youtube.com/1045 ESPN, where you can hop in, chat, everything else. And while you're there, you can just hit the thumbs up and please the algorithmic gods that rule our existence. Hope everyone's having a great day today, guys. How we feeling, dude? Football season over? Are we a little sad? Baseball season started? How we feeling?
It's been a long time since we've been in here.
Yep.
I know that. I can't even remember the last time that we were in here. Football season was fun, but my God, I am glad it's over.
Yep.
Let's see, like 11 weeks straight on the road, so I am glad that it is over. Get a chance to be home 7 straight days. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Had fun. You know, the whole journey was fun. Don't get me wrong. Last week was a lot of fun. Hosting the Super Bowl in your home state, and they did such a great job, which I know we'll get into throughout the show, but it is good to be back and have a normal schedule this week.
Alondra, what's up, girl? How we feel? Great work last week.
Thank you.
How was Posty and the birthday on Friday?
Yeah, Post Malone was so fun. I'm really glad that you ended up convincing me to go to it because, you know, I was a little flip-floppy at first, but I'm glad that I went because it was so much fun.
Hell yeah.
Like, me and my neighbor had the best time while we were there. So great birthday overall because I also got to interview Dustin Poirier on my birthday.
True.
So it was just like a surreal, I don't know, hopefully a good sign for what's to come this year.
Yeah, Alondra on a Jameis level run with Stapleton
Dude.
into Poirier into Posty.
Yeah.
A nice little trio of moments there.
Yeah, Jameis was the highlight of this week, though.
Yeah,
I feel
well,
like.
I mean, there's like so much Jameis moments to break down, but we'll get there as well later. If you're listening on the radio, you couldn't see, but as the camera switched over to Alondra Taylor behind the glass there, Taylor doffed his zip-up hoodie to reveal a Tom Brady Buccaneers jersey. Tay, I can only imagine what take you are about to start the show with today. What is going on?
This is not a knee-jerk reaction on my part. It's going to sound like it is.
About?
It is not. I want the Patrick Mahomes-Tom Brady debate to end, guys. I want it to stop. No, listen right now. You're going to say, Taylor, you're having a knee-jerk reaction. Tom Brady lost 3 Super Bowls, correct? By a total of 15 points.
Okay.
This is the second blowout for Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl now. He lost 31-9 head-to-head to Tom Brady just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, 7 interceptions in 5 Super Bowls. Tom Brady played in 10 of them, only had 6. 21-6 touchdown to interception ratio. Patrick Mahomes, 10-7. I just like Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. If he retired today, he would be a no doubt top 5 quarterback of all time. He's not Tom Brady, guys.
Oh my God.
The day after the Super Bowl.
Oh my God. Oh man. This is some truly master level taking here, Taylor. So let's deconstruct. So you're just ignoring the fact that Patrick Mahomes, arguably, if he wants, is going to play like another 10 years?
No. I'm not going to argue that. He's going to play another 10 years.
So you're saying the debate is settled, although Patrick Mahomes could still surpass Super Bowls, Super Bowl MVPs, all these sorts of things.
First off, I didn't have the debate before this game. I don't think he's going to get 7 Super Bowls.
Well, of course not, because it's absurd to. It's damn near impossible. It's only been done by one man. So, yeah, I agree with you saying he's not going to do it. Definitely on the easier is not that heavy of a lift. But I don't know that I could support you in the idea that this debate is over. Was last night a big missed legacy opportunity? Absolutely.
Huge.
Not unlike, because not only would a Super Bowl have brought him one closer to that impossible number that Tom has, but it would have been the three-peat and everything else. And something that had never been done before, a crown jewel that even Tom himself did not have. But once again, we learn just how hard it is to win in this league and how close you can get only to come up short. And Tay, I would also, don't forget, dude, Tom lost to Eli Manning twice, a 9-7 Giants.
He lost to Eli Manning twice. The quarterbacks that Patrick Mahomes has beaten, Jimmy Garoppolo, who is no longer a starting quarterback in the NFL, Jalen Hurts, who was in his 3rd season in his 1st Super Bowl, and then just last year, Brock Purdy, 7th-round draft pick, who was also in his 1st Super Bowl.
And how are you? Okay. I'll you know what? Because I'm impressed with how sharpened your knives were for this fight that I had no idea was going to open the show after the Super Bowl. I'm just going to accept that I'm dealing with a psychopath, and I'm going to allow you the day and just walk away. So I would say you are right. You are right. Congratulations. Patrick Mahomes is no Tom Brady, and he never will be.
Thank you.
And you just enjoy your Tom Brady Bucks jersey back there.
Yeah, why do you own that?
Because I love Tom Brady. He's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Simple answer.
I mean, that's as simple as it gets, guys.
True.
All right, if we're giving off takes right now, I'm
Yes.
just going to say real quick, and I was going to save this for Weekend Loser, but that was the worst Super Bowl halftime performance that I have ever witnessed in my entire life.
So we're diving into it. Okay.
And I like Kendrick Lamar.
I know. It's weird, man.
And SZA. I like SZA.
Well, I thought she was
better than he was.
She was, but it was a terrible show. The sound was horrible.
Yeah, you know,
the mashup felt clunky.
I find it
not a fan.
I find it hard to disagree. And again, I'm with you. Kendrick is probably in my top 3, top 5 most listened to artists of all time, like regardless of genre. He's one of the few guys that when he releases an album, you know, I immediately like hop on it and listen to it all the way through, not just like starting with the hits and then kind of slowly discovering the album more and more. Like, I guess, I don't know. I don't need to go too far trying to establish the fact that I'm a fan, but I am a big fan. Damn is one of the greatest albums of all time without a doubt, but whatever. So, it's interesting. And you know what's funny? It's like, again, I don't even, the performance wasn't awful in a vacuum, in my opinion. Some think it's worse than others. I'd say, well, I don't think it was awful in a vacuum. It had some interesting symbolism and whatnot. But in the context of the city, the musical history, how good Lauren Daigle, trombone shorty, DC, John Baptiste, like how good all the run up, Southern band playing with Harry Connick Jr., like how good all that was in the run up to it. And then again, the historical musical scene that you could grab from in New Orleans, to have no allusions or nods to them was borderline insane to me.
Yeah.
And so, again, I don't think I hate the raw performance maybe as much as others, but it came off as really flat and really missing the mark, I think, in context of what a celebration of Louisiana the entire week had been, how good all the pregame was. And then you get that, and it was just like, okay, we're still doing the Drake beef thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't know. It's not about Drake. Like, what are we doing here?
It was for a very small audience, I believe, too. Like,
yeah.
we hosted a Super Bowl party, and like 4 teenagers were bobbing their head in the corner, and everybody else like, what's he saying? What?
Yeah, I'm getting accused of being like racist and a boomer online and everything, and it's just like, I don't know.
Wait, that is crazy.
So, like, obviously, that is not.
Should have
the
saved that for the West Coast, dude.
He's from Compton. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like you, like,
we brought up Serena Williams, also from Compton.
Yes, would like in itself, like I'm not saying it was bad, but just with everything you had building up to it, it didn't fit the same vibe.
It's also like Super Bowl halftime show has a vibe too, and that wasn't it.
Yeah,
like,
I see what you're saying. Like a little more poppy, a little more grandiose,
yeah, or like
not
hype,
as cerebral.
or like hype me up. None of it hyped me up.
No,
none of it had me being like, I don't know, like when Justin Timberlake did it a couple years ago, I was hype.
Well, I think about Gaga, when Gaga jumps off and like catches the football
even
and everything.
Bruno Mars, like when Bruno Mars did it,
yeah.
and then like the Red Hot Chili Peppers came out with him, and they did give it away, like that was awesome. But
this felt more like The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Like where that didn't get me fired up at all, and you're like waiting for somebody else to come with him, and then nobody ever did, and you're like, oh, it's over.
At least with The Weeknd though, we got the memes of him being lost in the Golden House of Mirrors, where I don't even know that we'll get memes from this.
We didn't really have anything. We didn't have a set change. You didn't have anything. And look, shocker, guys, that is not my musical genre of choice. It's my brother's. My brother's 21 years old. I mean, that's his area. I was talking to him last night, like during the halftime show, and he was like, he's just not the guy. He's not big enough to do this show.
I'll disagree with that. I mean, Kendrick Lamar is like, what? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he went
top
5 for 5 on the
in the
Grammys.
world.
Yeah, that's fine. But
I think what a lot of people are saying is it doesn't reach maybe the audience that's so broad watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I just disagree with this. Sir, saying he's not big enough to do the show.
That was not my opinion.
No, I know.
But you have to have a catalog where when he plays a song, everybody watching the Super Bowl or 80% have to be like, oh, that's that.
Well,
song.
he has that catalog though. They didn't play a lot of his biggest.
I don't think for like a certain, like every demographic that watches the Super Bowl.
I don't know that they played a lot of his biggest commercial hits though. Like they played some stuff off his newer albums. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. And then they should have, again, like you got to have Wayne and others out there. Like you got to have some of the New Orleans backdrop and combine with them and do their songs. It was a bit too cerebral and a bit too new.
His jeans were the best part of the performance.
He did have some
I love those
nice
jeans
on. It lacked, like y'all said, a little bit of bombast and kind of showmanship. But you know what did not, to end on a positive, the pregame performances. I was loving all of the run-up to the game. Like I said, Latizi, Lauren Daigle, Trombone Shorty, even the Gaga tribute video that was produced by Fox that they filmed on Bourbon Street, Southern, Harry Connick Jr. The John Baptiste national anthem had goosebumps coursing through my body, dude. Like what are the most famous national anthems in history? I always think about the old like Hendrix one, I think at Woodstock, right? Yeah, the Whitney Houston one.
The Chris Stapleton one is recent, but it's pretty iconic.
A few people mentioned that online when I was asking for the most iconic ones. I think the Baptiste should go down as, like in my mind at least, this goes down as one of the more iconic one ever. His wonderful, jazzy New Orleans flair, and he just exudes an overwhelming positive energy. Does Baptiste with that smile, just the love that comes out of his face and his fingers and his voice. God, I love that man. So they all did awesome. That was the halftime show for me. Shout out Southern, they killed it. If you liked the halftime show, go ahead and hop in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, youtube.com/1045 ESPN, and let us know what you thought you liked about it. But just wasn't for me. But this was a massive success for New Orleans. Let's get into the game when we get back, and then we can talk about some more stuff around the game. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972.
service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Fit to keep your business moving forward. With 100 employees strong, we're ready to help. Call 225-756-2644. Gulf Coast Office Products, your workplace efficiency lifeline.
When you walk through the doors at Duplessis Builders, you open the doors to your backyard paradise. We'll help you with every detail of your dream pool, your outdoor kitchen, and even your own putting green. You'll see for yourself why at Duplessis Builders, we say, if you can dream it, we can build it. Come dream in our showroom today in Gonzales at Airline and Duplessis or online at duplessisbuilders.net. That's duplessisbuilders.net for your backyard paradise.
Those crazy nights I do remember in my youth.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back. OTB. Hope everybody's having a great day. All right, guys, let's get into the game itself yesterday. As the Philadelphia Eagles dominate the Kansas City Chiefs, winning the Super Bowl, proving Patrick Mahomes is no Tom Brady, and really creating a lot of interesting storylines, especially over here. Kellen Moore, next head coach of the Northern States, we'll get into that in a bit and what that means. But, Jake, when you look at last night's game, I know where does your head immediately go? What do you think was the biggest storyline? Impressed you the most? Let's do a little free association. You think about last night's game, what pops into your head?
The Philadelphia Eagles defensive line.
Yeah.
Was the first thing that popped into my head. They were dominant. The Chiefs had no plan for them. They couldn't block them. The Eagles got home with 4 consistently all night long. And so when you get home with 4, you drop 7 into coverage, you're going to confuse even a guy like Patrick Mahomes, and they confused him multiple times. He had really no idea what was going on because he did not have time to process it. And to me, that was the biggest story. Now, Jalen Hurts played incredible. Jalen Hurts is somebody that whatever the game needs him to do, he can kind of change his play for that singular game, and so he deserves a lot of credit. But the Philadelphia Eagles defense, to me, and you look at their defensive front and so many different players. And it was guys that it wasn't necessarily just the stars. I mean, Milton Williams had 2 sacks, and they were consistently just in the backfield, T-Bob. And to me, that was the difference in the game because it got Mahomes off his marker, and they're such an athletic front that he couldn't do all the improv stuff that he normally does.
Well, and that's the thing. It was getting home, that defensive line. So 0 blitzes. That's like the big tagline that everybody keeps talking about, right? 0 blitzes by Vic Fangio on the entire night. And yet pressuring Patrick Mahomes on 16 of his 42 dropbacks, a 38% pressure rate, 11 quarterback hits, 6 sacks. But like you're talking about, Jake, somehow threading the needle or accomplishing the goal that everybody always wants to, where you're getting pressure, but so first off, you're getting pressure without adding anybody to the blitz, and you're doing it while maintaining disciplined rush lanes.
Yeah.
Like you said at the end there, right? Normally, Patrick Mahomes has 3, 4, 5, 6 moments where he scrambles, extends, finds some way with his legs to get it done. But here, because of their discipline and how they rushed him, every time he sought to escape the pocket, there was somebody there waiting on him. with open arms. It was a consistent performance that boggled the mind. And it once again proves that there's no better way. And again, it's easier said than done. This is a testament to how the Eagles have drafted, even though, as Jake said, it wasn't just stars. It was everybody getting it done. But there's just no better way to stop an elite quarterback than if you can get pressure with 4. In fact, one of the craziest stats that I read, the zero blitzes thing, this is the 6th time in a Super Bowl where a defense has not run a single blitz. Those teams are 6-0. So you can feel how comfortable those defenses are in those games, knowing what a distinct advantage that is. And shout out to Vic Fangio, who was 0-8 against Patrick Mahomes entering this game. The storyline, Jake, I mean, you hit the big 2 to me in my mind, but the storyline for me did start with Jalen Hurts because of the narrative of his journey. Everything we highlighted last week. A bit of the always the bridesmaid, never the bride, being as good as you can be, but never getting to call himself the best.
Right.
At Alabama, we all know what happened there. Getting so close, subbed at half. You still are so happy your team won national championship. You're the starting quarterback the whole year, but it doesn't feel right. Then he sits, he saves him in the SEC, it goes to Oklahoma, gets knocked out the playoff there, would have won a Heisman any other year except Joe Burrow. Then he goes, it's like, okay, well, now I got to try to the next level. He gets to the Super Bowl, has one of the best Super Bowl performances we ever seen, but one mistake ends up costing him. And now here, 2 years later, after a collapse in which him and his head coach were at each other's throats, it looked like maybe it was all about to implode. Hell, 4 games into this season, people thought Jalen Hurts maybe sucks. And this is all this is all in the context, too, in the middle of all this NFL career. He gets the big contract. And he had all those great quotes about, like, look, money's nice, but championships what it's about. But he still had the big contract. It's like, oh, well, can you win a championship now? Was he only there in the first place because he was on a rookie deal? And now here he sits 2 years after the most bitter disappointment of his career, and he's a Super Bowl champion and a Super Bowl MVP. And he's someone who, if you look at how he carries himself, the values he espouses, I find him incredibly tough to dislike. Even with all that Alabama Crimson Tide background, he is someone who you can say, if I played with that man, I would follow him into battle. I would follow that man. And so you could see him last night, too. He's just so composed, even after the game, as the emotions were slowly starting to seep through that kind of tough exterior that he's built up. And now he's a Super Bowl champion, a Super Bowl MVP, and no one can ever take that away from him. And he has Super Bowl records. He broke his own Super Bowl quarterback Super Bowl rushing yard record, surpassing the 70 yards he had last time around. He's the only quarterback in NFL history with multiple 50-yard rush games in the Super Bowl. First quarterback since Steve Young to lead both teams in rushing. I mean, just a great game, great moment for Jalen Hurts, who now his legacy is bona fides. Take a massive step forward, and he joins the rarefied club and avoids the great but never cigar. Because who knows if you ever make it back. But, shout out to Jalen Hurts, man.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. He's done everything the right way, and in a day and age where it's very easy to take your ball and go home, he never really did that. Even when he transferred, he waited a year to see how it played out. Didn't go his favor, and when his team needed him, he stepped up and won an SEC championship. And then at the end of the year, he goes and moves on after that, but not quitting on his team, not stepping away. Then he goes and has a monster year at Oklahoma, and everything that he's done, again, he's done it the right way and with his head down.
Yep.
You don't hear anything about Jalen Hurts in the locker room. All positive things. All his teammates love him, and so it's very easy to root for him.
And then obviously storyline 3, and for many 1, has to be the Saquon Barkley arc, where last night he ends up with a nice total yardage game. Now, credit to the Chiefs. They did a good job of shutting down shutting down Saquon on the ground. Even though I do appreciate, and partially this is playing with a lead, but I do appreciate the Eagles still running, give him 25 carries, right? There's something to be said for sticking with that and being like, okay, look, we're still going to try this. If you ever start to try to prioritize guarding A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, like we are still gonna take our shots. And obviously Jalen Hurts' legs were huge, the scrambles, and they would drop into coverage. And even finding Saquon a couple times through the air. But yeah, for Saquon Barkley, man, he finishes with over 2,500 rush yards in a single year, breaks Terrell Davis's record, but more importantly, punches back for the value of running backs in the modern NFL age and completes the complete and total dismantling embarrassment of the New York Giants in their front office. And speaking of front offices, geez, Roseman, freaking relax. So Eagles team that he's assembled is actually insane. Like, again, how do I say they have Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts all on the same team?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's not even getting into an offensive line that's all like 6'10", 700 pounds without an ounce of fat on them. That's not even getting into the incredible defense with all-pro D lineman, Zach Bond, first-team all-pro linebacker, freaking Cooper DeJean breaking the curse. White cornerback, pick 6 in the Super Bowl? Crazy.
The entire defense, the way that they've drafted, I mean, it's just remarkable. Remarkable how they've drafted. And all those, first-round picks that they used on positions that a lot of people don't want to use first-round picks on, like, up front in the front 7. And then you're right, like, they got 2 of the best corners in the draft.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mitchell's somebody
in 1
that,
year.
like, even though he dominated the Senior Bowl, like, you still got to go take a chance on that guy because he's coming from Toledo. Well, they did, and it certainly has paid off for him. So, like, every button they pushed has worked in their favor. They needed to get better at that position. They went and got 2 rookies. They trusted their rookies. They didn't try to hide them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They gave them the ability to go be who they've been all season long. And so everything they did, every plan that they had, every button that they pushed worked in their favor.
And to go back to Saquon, what a moment, right, where when he leaves New York, they're telling him, no, you're not good enough. We just gave Daniel Jones $40 million, and we didn't pay him $40 to hand off to a $15 million running back. We don't need you. You're too injured. You're not good enough. And, well, he proved them wrong. Because make no mistake, I mean, as great as Jalen Hurts and the weapons are that we just talked about, the single biggest difference with this year's team compared to the last great Eagles team is Saquon.
Yeah.
And Kellen Moore, who we're about to talk about more in a bit here, Kellen Moore's ability to, after 4 games at the beginning of the season, say, you know what? What are we really doing here? Why? Because, again, the Eagles have said this. When they originally signed Saquon, the idea was still going to be Jalen, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown as kind of the engine, and Saquon as the supplementary piece. And Kellen Moore's kind of like, I don't think, we have incredible run blockers up front. Everybody's dropping it too high, prioritizing stopping the passing game. Why don't we lean into something that we have that nobody else does in Saquon Barkley and let him be the engine and go off meta and go run first? And the results speak for themselves. So shout out to Saquon Barkley as well.
I mean, an incredible season. He might have saved an entire position group by himself. And, well, with Derrick Henry and Josh Jacobs as well. But obviously when you finish it with a Super Bowl, it's going to kind of stand out even more than the others. And it was one of the most special seasons that we've had. And I know 9 guys have only ever done 2,000 yards, but for him to get the record overall because of the postseason run that he had as well, I mean, it's a top 3 running back season that we've ever seen.
Yeah, it's truly mind blowing. Chat saying they're glad that Taylor Swift was booed. Here's what I'll say on Taylor Swift, dude. Never forget who gave $1 million to flood relief after the 2016 floods. Like, I mean, you can feel however you want to feel about her music or whatever, but, like, she's been an ally to Louisiana for whatever that's worth. I saw you move your mic when I mentioned Taylor Swift, Taylor. No?
So he's named after.
No take? Okay. All right, when we get back, let's talk about Kellen Moore, who all signs are saying should be the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints. Did last night make you a little more excited, less excited? What do you think? Get in the chat. We'll talk about it next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. I had a great experience with All-Star last week. Super week, insane week. Got a flat tire. Tire just completely shredded. But I just recently got new tires, right? I was still under warranty. And so who gets me in there, gets the job done right away. You had to order the tire, but that was okay because I got a rental car from Miss Lee Sessions the next day. Tire's done. And like I could go on with my week without a hitch. A very busy week where I had to stay on schedule. All-Star was there. And that's what you get as well. That service, things like the great warranty, great car. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge and let the car of your future find it there.
Yeah, you can go there today if you're buying new, if you're leasing, or if you're renting. And T-Bob and I have taken advantage of all three of those processes, and you can as well. And everything's going to be available. So no matter what your needs are, they're going to be met over at All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Kellen, let's run this back, Kellen. Let's run this back.
So what you heard right there was Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni on the post-game stage having just gotten the trophy, talking to Terry Bradshaw and telling Kellen Moore, hey, man, come on, baby, let's run it back one more year. Obviously, pitching Moore to stay after Kellen Moore has been is heavily expected to be the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints. At this point, the only thing that would stop him from being the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints would be a Billy Donovan-esque change of heart. Everything, the ink is essentially dry. Though he's flying back with Philly. He's flying back with the team to Philly. Then the process will officially continue. But look, if you're someone, here's what I would say, and let me know if y'all agree. I don't care where you were at with Kellen Moore going into all of this. It's impossible to emerge from watching him win a Super Bowl and not feel better. So let's say you didn't like him, you still feel a little better about him. Let's say you loved him, you still feel even better about him. At least that's exactly where I was pretty tepid on him. It's kind of like, okay, man. And again, I think he's taking over a terrible situation and all that. But I definitely feel better now. I like the game plan. Taylor, you just highlighted a very good play call during that a lot of teams failed to do last night.
No, we were talking about failing to put good teams away. It was the Chiefs had the ball. They were going forward 4th and 5, around the 45-yard line. The ball gets batted down. The first play of that drive, instead of sitting on the ball trying to run the clock out, Hurts throws it to Devontae Smith, a 46-yard touchdown on the first drive.
Yeah.
First play of that drive, right after stopping them on 4th down. That's how you put good teams away.
Which even Brady in the booth, who was I thought all right last night. Even Brady in the booth kind of highlighted that was unexpected. What was not expecting a shot play there, and yet it was the true stake through the heart. We will not even allow you to make us Atlanta 2.0. Jake, how do you emerge out of this thinking about Kellen Moore?
I think you feel better about it. I think that's somebody that showed you within the season that he can change based on his best players, because this is a team that last time they played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, they had to throw for 300 yards. Well, this DNA of this team was not that. It was to run the football, take chances when you could, and they did that. And they did it to Devontae Smith. They did it to A.J. Brown. They did it to Dotson. They did it to multiple players, knowing everything was set up off the run. And if you're New Orleans, you know that you still have a very quality running back, and you're not going to put all the pressure on the quarterback. You have to be an efficient quarterback. So I think when you look at what he did with Justin Herbert last year when he was the Chargers OC, they had to pass the ball, right? They didn't have a running game. And so for them, that's what they had to do. Well, this year, it was the complete opposite. And so that gives you hope that he's going to see what he has, see what he has available to him, and he's going to put that offense out there and not try to force something that is not there. And just based off the candidates that you had and basically everybody kind of saying no thanks, this does at least feel like somebody that you can get behind.
Well, and again, now that it feels like this is going to be the guy, you know how my brain works. I'm an eternal optimist. Start to get excited about things. I'd much rather him over Joe Brady. He's got way more experience. You know what? I don't hate it either. 50-3 as a starting quarterback in college football. A man used to leading other big burly men and used to winning. Now used to winning. I also love a head coach of Nick Sirianni's caliber, which is funny to say because people have called that into question for whatever reason, despite him being the winningest coach over the last 3 years. A head coach of Nick Sirianni's caliber, pitching him on the stage after the Super Bowl. I think that speaks to how much he thinks of Kellen Moore. And so, I think it's impossible not to be excited. The very funny thing to me, and I haven't nailed, guys, the right analogy here, so maybe y'all can help me. But the funniest thing is, you look at this Eagles team, we mentioned Howie Roseman, the GM. It's the best constructed team I've maybe ever seen in the modern NFL, where they're just so complete everywhere. As we also said, they added 2 All-Pros in the offseason, the first time a team in the Super Bowl has ever had an offseason in which they added 2 All-Pros to free agency. And that doesn't even get into the drafting with Jalen Carter, Kobe Dean. We know it all, right? What do you think Kellen Moore's going to think when he walks into the Saints locker room coming from Philly. I mean, it's just, like the thing that I'm kind of thinking of is like Gordon Bombay when he comes and sees the Mighty Ducks for the first time. And he's got his like fancy limo and he's used to living large and everything's good. And then he just has this ragtag motley crew of misfits. Only I don't know if anybody's got a knuckle puck in him, you know? What is he going to think when he walks in and there's Mickey Loomis? There's Mickey Loomis instead of Howie Rose. I mean, maybe Alvin? Maybe AK? It's just like, it's definitely one of those moments where it's going to be like, oh, okay. Like, oh, we got to work. We got to work it out for us.
Yeah.
We got a lot to do here.
I think he realizes that. I mean, that's probably why it took so long to maybe get this deal done. I mean, he realizes it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not just going to be easy. You don't roll the helmets out there with the roster that they have, the quarterback situation that they have, the age that they have, the cap issues that they have.
He's like, Mickey, you want to trade up? Really? Are you sure? I wonder this. I wonder how much personnel authority he'll have.
Probably zero.
Avamar's wanted. It's like the guy walking into the burning apartment pizza meme. Yeah, it's not unlike that. Except Jay said, maybe, like he said, maybe with a little more, maybe with a little more idea of that the house is already on fire before he opens the door. I wonder who the quarterback, who will eventually choose for quarterback. I think the most fun option would be to cut Carr, re-sign Jameis, and let our king return home and finally get a chance to shine. But I know that boat has sailed. I just love that man so much.
I can 1,000% get behind that. I will never forgive Mickey Loomis or Dennis Allen for that, ever.
It's their greatest crime against the city.
Yeah.
Who knows what would have happened if he never got hurt. Anyway, back to Kelmore, though. Back to Kelmore. Again, like I said, I think the base takeaway here, it's impossible not to be more excited than you were previously. And from reading, articles about how he's formed his offense over the years and how obsessive he is. He doesn't have a lot of vices. He's just football crazy. He grew up the son of a career high school football coach. Great old stories, Jake, about him scouring the internet for plays just for fun, like trying to desperately just studying West Coast, studying all the old offenses, and that now over the years he's created his own Frankenstein's monster of a system that is truly a blend of a little bit of everything. And one thing that Nick Underhill highlights in New Orleans on football is digestibility, where his offense is somewhere in the middle of, it's not like full high school, like cut the field in half and it's a 50-50 read and go, like simple call. It's not that, obviously, but it's also not the Sean Payton 15-minute play call where at a certain point it borders on the ludicrous. He's somewhere comfortably in the middle. So
I think we can come back and ask Tay-Tay, even though he's got a Tom Brady jersey on today, like his thoughts, because he's gone through the Kellen Moore experience.
It's true. So Kellen Moore, probably going to be your next head coach in New Orleans.
I interviewed Spencer Rattler and Bub Means. I'm trying to think if we had any other Saints players. And they were like, wink, wink, hush, hush. Yeah, Kellen Moore. So, like, they've been told.
Yeah.
That's who it is.
Again, I think the only thing that stops it is if he has a last second, I actually don't want to do this. Which I don't think, I think he's ready. You walk off after a Super Bowl like this, strike while the iron's hot.
For sure.
You got the ring. Good job. All right, when we get back, let's close out hour number 1 of OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, Associated Grocers is hiring. Come and join the team. You can learn more at the job fair. That's actually going to be coming up on Saturday, so the 15th from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. You can visit agbr.com, click on Now Hiring, and start your career today. They are hiring for all warehouse positions, including order selectors, warehouse associates, forklift operators, inventory accuracy clerks, and building maintenance personnel. And we've told you about them in the past before. Gone out there, checked it out. It is an incredible family to work for. Over 600 employees. They've consistently been in the top 10 of the top 100 private companies in Baton Rouge, according to the Baton Rouge Business Review. And you're going to have weekly payroll, family environment, teamwork, yearly increases, paid overtime, incredible time off, sick leave, 401k, all of that information, agbr.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Oh, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Wrapping up another football season. Super Bowl last night, and your next New Orleans Saints head coach likely involved in the Super Bowl. And y'all were right earlier when you were talking about Kendrick's catalog. He still didn't play the Kendrick hits, but the Kendrick hits are not. You're right. It's still not like Usher or any of these. It's
There's
tough.
like a caliber, and like whenever. When they first said that Kendrick was going to be the Super Bowl halftime performer, again, I like Kendrick Lamar, but there's a difference between being an artist and being an entertainer. And there are some people that are both. And to me, Kendrick is more of an artist than an entertainer. Like Usher's an entertainer.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, she's an entertainer.
Bruno Mars to me is the ultimate entertainer.
Exactly.
You know that Bruno Mars? So me and my wife were having fun on the drive over, and we somehow fell into the hole of looking up because we saw like, oh, Taylor Swift's like the 75th most played artist on Spotify.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars is number one.
No way.
Really? Number one in the entire world.
He's lit.
Bruno?
And he plays to everybody. Like, everybody likes Bruno Mars. Who doesn't like funk, you know?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like pop?
I think Sabrina Carpenter was like 25, which is kind of insane to me.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
I forgot what the rest of the top five was. Bad Bunny was number 5. I don't remember the rest, but it was
Danny that loved Bad Bunny.
Yeah,
Bad
you remember?
Bunny.
I mean, that's who. That was the crazy thing. Like that year, I think Bad Bunny might have been number 1.
Everybody loved Bad Bunny.
No, like it might have been number 1 in the world. And me being an old white guy, I had never heard of Bad Bunny. And Danny had to because I saw actually the first thing I saw him was on
he's so popular.
I know he is. That's what I'm saying. He's literally like one of those popular in the entire world. That's how out of touch I am.
It's
Everybody
okay.
didn't like the halftime show.
I thought Chris Stapleton was more popular than Post Malone. And then I went to the Post Malone show and I was like, there's a lot more people here.
Way. Yeah,
than
no,
Chris
right? No,
Stapleton.
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
But also that the Chris Stapleton that you went to was like very kind of exclusive.
Yeah.
Because when Sirius
It was a
Pandora put
Sirius,
those on,
yeah.
they don't want big crowds.
Yeah. And the Post Malone one was even.
But yeah, you're right.
Stapleton's a blind spot for me. I could be wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I mean,
I think you're
Post
right.
Malone's
Post-
definitely more famous.
Yeah, he is.
I'll say this. Shout out Posty because
Shout out
I
Posty.
loved White Iverson back in the day.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw that cigarette of a looking human being, I did not think he was going to make it. I was like, this white boy, this is a nice one-hit wonder. I'm glad he shout out Anthony Davis.
He's
Hell
awesome.
yeah. But I did not think he was going to make it. And I was so wrong. He's so talented. He's got broad range. He's really evolved in a lot of ways. Yeah, I mean, Avo mentions Bad Bunny's wrestling. That's when I first saw him, was taking a bump at like WrestleMania. And then Danny explains to me, no, this is one of the biggest artists in the entire world. Then I got obsessed with Camila Ramon on the Peloton app, and she used to play a lot of Bad Bunny. So, yeah.
Love Bad Bunny.
Tay-Tay, you went through the Kellen Moore experience in Dallas. Now, granted, to be fair, it's been a hell of a journey for Moore in which he's proved a lot post-Dallas. But where should Saints fans' heads be at if indeed he is the next head coach?
Great, because he's had success in 3 spots with 3 very different quarterbacks. Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts. He's made it work with all 3 of those guys. Like, he was okay in Dallas. That was also his first offensive coordinator job.
Yeah, fresh out of league.
You could say, their offense got better without him. Yeah, but McCarthy had been there, done that. He goes to L.A. That was not a good coaching staff that was with him. He's also under Sirianni. He's learned how to win. He's been in a good organization. I think it's great.
So there you go, guys. Straight from the horse's mouth. Taylor, somebody who has lived through Kellen Moore. And it's a good point. I mean, there's 3 very different quarterbacks in which he had success with all 3 of them. And look, again, I hate that I'm having to glaze all the Bama boys a little bit, but shout out to a meat native, Devontae Smith. You know, he's from the boot. Did he go to Bama? Sure. But it's I still really enjoy him. He's out there, little Muggsy Bogues type. It is little like David versus Goliath, this tiny little man out there battling amongst the giants. Lost a state championship game in the Superdome in 2016.
I called that game.
Oh, you called that game?
Yeah.
And now here he sits 8 years later. After losing 40-36, he was seated on the field. There's pictures all over the internet making the rounds right now. Seated on the field, tears in his eyes, and now 8 years later, he's a Super Bowl champion with a beautiful touchdown catch.
5th player in history to win the Heisman, Natty, and the Super Bowl. I'm gonna give you the break to think of the other 4.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good little trivia nugget. All right, guys. Hour 1 in the books. I still want to get to kind of the city of New Orleans as a whole and how I feel like the week went. We've got some LSU news to get to, too, as other sports were going on. Keep it locked and commercials more to be.
Off the bench.
YourGoodwood.com. That's Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, guys. If you are struggling from ED, maybe you feel like you have low T, you don't feel as good as you want physically. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has multiple different treatment options to make you reach your full potential, because that's the goal here for 2025, guys. We are no longer settling for mediocrity, okay? Now, our solutions won't be the same, but there are solutions nonetheless. So stop being embarrassed. Stop putting it off. Take the first step. Go to yourgoodwood.com. Schedule that consultation. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you can see a full list of services. You can find a pricing. You can find that contact information, and incredibly easy to book right there on the homepage of the site. Live your life without fear or embarrassment. Go to the website today, yourgoodwood.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Monday, February 10th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 71. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll continue to discuss Super Bowl 59 as the Philadelphia Eagles took down the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll talk some LSU men's and women's basketball as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Shout out to the Human Jukebox. Killed it. Harry Connick killed it. Lauren Daigle, Trombone Shorty, Ladizzi. I've never heard of her, to be fair. I was listening to some of her music this morning. Fantastic. Yeah, man. Just great pregame performances all around. Hour 2 of the show today. I want to talk a bit about New Orleans and whether or not this Super Bowl was a success for the city. We talked plenty of the game there in hour number 1. You can go rewind if you want to check that out. Kellen Moore, potentially going to be the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints. Think it's impossible not to feel better about him after winning a Super Bowl. Like, no matter where your baseline was at with him, you're a fan, not a fan, you still feel better than you did. And he enters the New Orleans job with a lot of momentum, which makes you very happy. But let's talk about the city, guys, because we spent a lot of time in the city. Well, except for you, Taylor, unfortunately. Thank you for holding down back here. Even though I did, I tried to get Taylor to come, and he just wasn't really into it. And he was like, it feels like a thing I'm going to show up and be like, oh, this is cool, and then just want to leave. I was like, oh.
I tried to get him to go, too.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty much.
Never mind.
I think we all did.
But whatever. So how do we feel, guys? How do we feel that as the entire world turned their gaze to our wonderful port city right there, the Gulf of America, how do we feel that, how do you feel that the city did?
I thought it was incredible. I was going to talk about it in weekend winners, but, I mean, let's just go ahead and get that out there.
Yeah, I think it deserves its own segment.
The city was incredibly clean. I thought the city was incredibly safe.
Yeah.
I thought that it showed you exactly why it should host every major event, because nobody holds an event like New Orleans. Nobody knows how to party like New Orleans. The hotels, the bars, the restaurants, the walkability. Every single thing about the city, I think it had its best foot forward, and I didn't hear one person complain.
No.
In fact, I got mad at one guy. We were walking over to Media Row one day, and there was like a couple of pieces of trash by a trash can, and he stops, he's taking a picture, he's just like, filth. And I was like, I said, oh.
What?
And I said, oh, because.
Who is this guy?
3 people. He had a credential, but I'm like, oh, because 3 people missed a trash can? I was like, have you not seen the rest of the city, you nerd?
Oh, my God.
I was like, you came here to do exactly what you're doing. I was like, why would you even take a picture of that? It's just like, it's dirty. I'm like, because there's 3 things.
So you were talking to this guy?
Oh, yeah. You know me. I confrontation somewhere I thrive. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. It was like 6:30 in the morning, too. Like, nobody's had or whatever time we walked over. Yeah, 6:30.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's really had a chance to clean that up either, my guy. It's 3 pieces of trash by a trash can.
What a joke, dude. What a joke.
So, like, unless you were that guy looking for a reason, everybody that I talked to was blown away. All my colleagues at SiriusXM, all the people that you and I both know, just like in the media world, everybody was highly, highly impressed.
Well, I mean, and then just go look at, like, the anecdotal evidence through famous people's social medias. Everybody is just glazing the city. I mean, Chad Johnson never wants to leave again. Cardi B tweeting about how incredible the food is. And there's just a couple examples amongst countless examples. And again, being in the city, you could feel it. You could feel it. And the weather was perfect, for this time of year. And everybody was walking around in such great moods. And there were so many cool little hidden events going on all throughout the city. Like, what was like the Teddy Swim story? He was at Lafitte's blacksmith shop listening to the piano. And all of a sudden he gets inspired to just stand up and start performing. And that's like one of like a million stories like that took place over the weekend. And then shout out to, man, why do I keep forgetting the official name of the organization? We talked to Mark Roming, the host committee. Shout out to the host committee. Because not only with all the events, like you think about the lighting of the St. Louis Cathedral, the opening night, the NFL honors at the Sanger, the parade that the host committee put on, the renovated tube, like all that was fantastic. But then also, we talked to Mark Romig. I was surprised about this, Jake. I didn't realize this wasn't par for the course. But this idea of, okay, we've got some of the world's leaders here. Let's pitch them on Louisiana. Behind the scenes, outside of the public eye, they had events going on basically saying, hey, we are open for business, and here's why we're attractive. And I just assumed upon hearing that is something that they do at every Super Bowl in every city, and that's not actually the case. Like, this is something that is a bit unprecedented. And then again, you go into the pregame performances, everything else. It was just it's really an A+, man. Like an A++. Granted, you could have another one and maybe something happens like the lights go out in the Superdome, right? Like I don't know if you'll ever attain the heights of what was showed off this week again, but man, this was executed to perfection. And you really put and somebody, well, it's not representative of what the city is on a day-to-day basis. True, but at the same time, you dress up to go to a nice dinner, right? At a certain point, you have to try to look better than you are when the occasion calls for it. And then I think the hope is that you try to move more in that direction over time. And so it's not to say that like the problem city are gone or anything like that, but I'll be damned if it didn't present itself in the best possible light. And especially when it comes to like the economic impact, can't imagine how big it is. You spend a lot of money, but you got to spend to make.
Yeah.
And it brought a lot of money in. I talked to one club owner, guys. This is going to blow your mind. How much do you think a table was going for Saturday night at Club Home?
I already know.
The guy told you?
Yeah.
Did I tell you?
I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know what to guess.
Just guess a number.
He laughed at my guess.
Just guess a number.
Where are we talking about?
Club Home. Just a club, right? Like
And what night?
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Rick Ross performing.
Okay. $8,000.
Okay, pretty good. Tay-Tay?
20 grand.
100 grand.
I was going to guess 100. I was like,
100 grand for a freaking table. So again, that's anecdotal, but just giving you an idea of the money that's being spent at these events. And so, yeah, look, I don't know. Like, it feels like the NFL kind of cooled on New Orleans for a while there. And I know that realistically, the rotation has to expand because teams are constantly building brand new stadiums with basically the kind of tacit agreement.
But it also doesn't need to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you still do kind of have a core rotation though, and like this is what I'll say: you should never go more than half a decade without coming back. So maybe that's like one of every 6, like a half decade, like 6 years. Like I'll even give you 6 years if you don't want to do 5, 20%. But it cannot be the decade that you just experienced. It's too good. The city's too walkable. No driving anywhere. You're just out and about and having a great time the entire time.
And I would just keep it to cities like that. And I interviewed the host committee chair for next year in Santa Clara, and I'm sure it's going to be nice, but it is not walkable.
No,
it is so spread out. I mean, the stadium isn't even really close to San Francisco. Like, so you're going to have events in San Francisco, the game's going to be in Santa Clara, and you're going to have like events spread out amongst like all those kind of cities in between as well. Like Las Vegas was great last year because Vegas is very easy to get around.
Yeah, true.
Right now, it's maybe not walkable.
No, it's
per
a
se,
hellscape
but
of a city that'll suck your soul out, wring you dry, and bury you in the desert. But yes,
but you can get around pretty quick.
Yeah.
New Orleans falls into that category. There's cities that kind of fall into that, and when you have these cities that are so spread out, it is very difficult. Like same thing for Miami. Like Miami's a great host city because you can always count on the weather, different things. There's great events, but nothing's really close. I would even say like Atlanta is going to be easier.
And it's too damn
to get
expensive,
around.
which I mean, I guess if you're going to the Super Bowl, people don't care because everybody's so rich, but like Miami's just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy from a price standpoint.
Houston's got its challenges too. I know a lot of people enjoy the city of Houston. I do enjoy going there, but even it is kind of spread out from what you do. So New Orleans needs to be in the core rotation. I think every 5 years it needs to have a Super Bowl. And if you get mad about that, sorry about it, because not everywhere is set up to host an event.
True.
Everywhere is a little bit different. And I think like the Final Four and national championship games, like it might not be the sexiest city, but like Indy's easy to get around. San Antonio for the Final Four is easy to get around. They know how to host that event.
They and I think Sean Payton actually nailed it. Sean Payton speaking at the Steve Gleason golf tournament, the No White Flags tournament the other day, where he talked about the bones of the Superdome. That, there's all these other stadiums that are newer and have more flashy accoutrements and the latest and greatest technology, but it's the bones of the Superdome, how it was originally constructed. And he goes on to talk about how all these other multi-purpose stadiums from the 70s are all gone nowadays, but that the Superdome remains because the bones are so solid. Where it's made, how it's made, the ability to innovate within the space. Top tier. Top tier. So take a bow. Everybody on that host committee, everybody who worked the city, I mean, top to bottom, from the highest of the high to the people grinding, cleaning up the streets, to all of the incredible first responders that we saw throughout the weekend, be it state troopers, firemen, medical personnel, whoever. Because everybody came together, and for a week, it was magic. The city was magic. And the entire world got to see.
Yeah, I think Jay Cicero was the head of the committee, had a chance to interview him, and you can just tell like everything that they wanted to do got done.
Yeah.
And that is not easy. And so shout out to Jay Cicero and the team, 3-1 grader, Jay Cicero.
Hell yeah.
But they did a fantastic job. And everything that they wanted to make sure that everybody knew about the city, they got that done. And that is certainly not easy to do. Certainly also after tragedy and, a terror attack this year.
True.
Like this young year had, obviously an incident in New Orleans, a terror attack. And so, like, even with that surrounding the city, they still did a fantastic job.
If you went to the game, let me know how security was, because there was some interesting rumblings on Radio Row about how basically like the Secret Service was like, okay, look, NFL, you're hundreds of people. Well, we're bringing in 300 more. Like we're gonna they're gonna go through all of it. We don't care if people are late, whatever. Have you heard anything?
So the head of security for this game, she was the first ever female police chief in D.C., held that title for over a decade, and has done 6 inaugurations.
Damn.
6. She's headed 6 inaugurations, and so she's pretty well equipped to be able to handle this. But still, like, she even mentioned some different challenges, and she's like, absolutely, the president being here kind of changes the math. She said, but we had that plan in place in case that did happen. I was like, because I've been to a college game this year, Georgia-Bama, where he decided to come, and it was not great. She's like, yeah, college stadium, different than a professional stadium. She said, now, this being a dome and this, being such a large venue with so many different entry points, it is challenging, but, we've got a plan in place. I'm like, look, if you've done 6 inaugurations, you probably got a pretty decent plan.
Yeah, and decent indeed, as they nailed it top to bottom. So, again, just a huge thank you, man, to everybody who made this week so special, because it goes down as one of the better weeks really ever for the city, which is a hell of a thing to say about a city as historic as New Orleans already is. All right. I think we maybe move on from the Super Bowl just for a little bit here, as we've got some basketball stuff to get over to. I guess we still don't even talk commercials and whatnot. Keep it locked. If you have a favorite commercial, go ahead and put it in the youtube.com/1045 ESPN chat, and we'll be back with more Off the Bench next.
Off the Bench.
CentralPlumbing.org is the website. 925-8552 is the number, and Central Plumbing is the answer to all your plumbing problems. They've been at this, guys, for over 50 years now, okay? And how do you stand the test of time over 5 decades? It's because your customers are consistently satisfied. And how does that happen? Because of the licensed, bonded, and insured employees that you trust that come into your home. The flat rate pricing, so it's no BS tacked on at the end. Great warranty coverage once the work is done. The 24/7 emergency, it's all there at centralplumbing.org.
Go to the website today and see what they can do for you as far as an upgrade at your home or your business. If you're looking to remodel, Central Plumbing is the place to call. 225-925-8552. And we always tell you, not just in Central. Now, certainly they can help you in Central, but we're talking about the greater Baton Rouge area. Again, 225-925-8552.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge, no matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111, your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of
Welcome back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Welcome back to OTB. Jake, your boy Bobby Carpenter saying he made this up. And I'm not here to argue, but it's a hell of a trademark if he did. Nothing cools a hot seat like a Gatorade bath. It's pretty damn good.
He did make that up. He said it on the Pat McAfee show.
Okay, so he was talking about Ryan Day. Because Adam Schefter last night tweeting, the man, the once in the hot seat, takes the ultimate shower to cool off, with a video of Nick Sirianni getting his own Gatorade bath. Now, I'm not accusing Adam Schefter taking, like, whatever. Like, that's a I could see people independently arriving there, but I love that saying. I've never thought of that. So that's going to be added to my own lexicon, I think. There was an LSU Tiger on the field last night not playing, as Garrett Nussmeier was down there at the Super Bowl with his father, Doug Nussmeier, current quarterbacks coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, meaning, Jake, you might have Doug Nussmeier as the offensive coordinator potentially for the New Orleans Saints, as his son is leading an LSU team where I had this conversation probably 1,000 times this last week. It is playoffs or bust for the Tigers next season. But that's crazy, man. So much Nussmeier influence going to be in South Louisiana. Who knows? Maybe he ends up winning the Natty at LSU, going to the Saints and winning the Super Bowl. Hey, how about it, dude?
That was a question that we got pretty often this week, was about LSU and, like, what's the feeling, what's the vibes down there. And I think you said it, and I just kind of followed suit with you. It's like, yeah, if you don't make the playoffs, like, it gets real chaotic.
I'm just never going to believe that you can if you don't make it this year. And it's not to say that you can't, but I'm never going to give you the benefit of the doubt again. And I'm not even saying you should be fired, because, again, that just comes down to, like, financials and whatnot. But, like, there's so much investment in the staff, so much investment in the roster, so many shrewd moves being made. You appear to have patched up all the holes. You've been given all the ingredients. Now you have to go follow through. So, yes, that's where my head is at with your 2025 LSU Tigers. If you do not make the playoff this year and contend for a championship, then I don't care what you do in the offseason. I will no longer say that I expect you to. And you will have to prove us wrong if you want to do that in the future. But that, I guess, like, that wasn't really the point of all this. That just kind of came about as I was reminiscing on last week. The point is, you're going to have a heavy Nussmeier influence in South Louisiana football coming up next year. LSU's baseball's coming back this weekend. I'd say the vibes are good. Yeah, guys, how are we feeling? Opening week finally here. I saw a lot of memes being tweeted out as soon as the game ended about it's finally baseball season time. And, the LSU men's baseball team entering one of the most exciting years that I can remember as well. Here's to hoping that we don't have to go through the 6 weeks of insane stress, bad breaks, and close losses before scrapping out a finish. Here's to hoping that they can kind of assume that title of being a top 5 team in the entire country from the beginning this time around.
Yeah, I think it would definitely, be something that everybody's kind of ready to get behind. Not that they don't always around LSU baseball, but, with football not making the 12-team playoff, with men's basketball right now just not playing well, or not finishing the other night, which I know we'll get to at some point. Outside of women's basketball, who looks like they are going to make another deep run, and we'll see where softball ends up. But with the expectation, I think a lot of people are wanting to get behind a nice run. They're wanting to get behind a championship run, and this baseball team certainly has the pieces to do so. We know it takes a lot. We have seen teams that have been ranked in the top 5 in the preseason around here before, and they have not ended well. This one feels like it's built a little bit different, and I think everybody is looking for something to be able to grasp onto and make that kind of run.
Yeah, I agree. I would, oh man. Now, it is a little bit of that tease situation where the out-of-conference schedule is such that we're going to be watching. I don't know how much excitement there's going to be, but when I tell you I am counting down the seconds till conference play, till that first SEC weekend in which all your hopes and dreams once again lie on taking 2 or 3. Can you find a way to finish ahead 2 out of the Friday, Saturday, Sunday road? It's one of my favorite rhythms in all of sports is the SEC baseball season. Alondra, you're probably the biggest SEC baseball fan on the show, LSU baseball. How are we feeling about opening week?
Yeah, I'm really excited, and it's honestly more exciting that it's not a night game. It's it's first pitch is at 2:00 on Friday.
Oh, let's go!
So
yeah,
it's less time
feeling.
that you have to wait for the first pitch, and yeah, I'm just super excited. Hopefully, we see Chase Shores out there to start off the season. But you're right, non-conference is fun, but once you get into that SEC play, there is nothing like it. My nerves get super shot, and it is oh my gosh, let's take 2 of 3. I love a clean sweep, but
yeah,
I'm very, very excited. And
nerves.
It really is last year we talked about how it's an SEC, ACC dominant sport.
Yeah.
And it's the same way it is this season as well. So I'm ready. I'm very ready. It brings a sort of, I don't know, nerves to me that, I don't know, it really does feel like my life is hanging on every single pitch.
It's the best feeling ever, and it's one that I did not really experience truly as an adult until the Jay Johnson Natty run a few years ago. And once you have supped from that cup, once you have tasted that tension, and that adrenaline and that anxiety, it is like a drug that you continue to chase to try to feel once again, and we're getting close.
So I keep telling people, they're like, oh man, I'm so sad football season's over. What am I supposed to do now? What do I watch on the weekends? I'm like, y'all do not understand how exciting college baseball as a whole is.
Yeah.
Not even just LSU. I can put any college baseball game on the weekend and I'm locked in because it's all so good. The competition is
especially in the
incredible.
SEC. It's like you have it's almost like that. This sounds, I don't know if people are going to think this sounds good or not, but it is, because it is so intimate. It's almost like some super AAU league or whatever, or some super league invitational where there's not a ton of teams, but all the teams are very high quality. Jake, do they have, or does anybody know, do they have a whip around channel? Does ESPN have any sort of
a red zone type thing?
That would be really nice for someone like me who maybe doesn't want to who lazily
for SEC baseball.
Yeah,
they have it for regionals.
Yeah, but maybe not for SEC week to week. Oh, that'd be pretty great if they did.
I actually wouldn't hate that at all.
Tay, how are you feeling about opening week?
What do they say about rain on your wedding day? Good luck, right?
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday, possibly rainy skies. Of course it would be opening weekend of LSU baseball. You're obviously going to have rain, but hey, we'll see. Maybe that rain is a good omen for the Tigers the rest of the year. No, Hunt sent out that thing about who are you most excited for. It's got to be Chase Shores, right? I mean, for 2 years we had heard, hey, this guy's special. Like, he could be one of the best pitchers ever. It's time to see it. I mean, by all indications,
the problem is, I feel like we saw a little bit of it against Tennessee.
It was a tease.
And then he gets hurt. Yeah,
100%. But I'm excited to see that. This pitching staff should be very, very deep, which is something LSU had problems with last year.
Yeah.
I don't need any rain. It's also opening season for the 8U Lugnuts.
Yeah.
So, I don't need rain.
Friday and
Lugnut
Saturday.
season's back. Lugnuts, that's it's a lot of baseball, Bo.
A lot of baseball. A lot of baseball.
That's a lot of baseball.
I'm excited to see all the new transfers. Like, Daniel Dickinson is one that I'm excited to see just because there's a lot of hype around him, too, in the offseason. So, all the newcomers, I'm
little
excited.
Derek Curiel action.
Yeah, a little Curiel, little Luis Hernandez.
But let's not lose sight of, can Monster pick up where he left off? Like the level of play that Stephen Milam was at by the end of last season was overwhelming.
We'll see.
And it's a really high bar to just say, hey, new season, go do that again, but do it even better. Like, kind of the same thing with Bear Jones. He had such an impressive jump from freshman year to year number 2 in terms of staying good where he was good, getting better where he wasn't. Can he do a similar jump this year? And if he does, then he's like a legitimate Golden Spikes
Well,
candidate.
and switching positions as well.
I was
He's not
about
going
to
to play
say,
second this year. So.
I think
Talking about Monster.
Yeah. I think so, but because Jay Johnson takes a lot of pride in developing players. Like, that's something that he always talks about. So but the trick is, like Taylor said, he is going to switch positions. And shortstop, while it's called shortstop, you usually have somebody that's a little taller playing that position. But, I mean, I have faith in Monster Milam.
Yes, I will not doubt Steve Milam. We call Jay Johnson development god for a reason.
Yeah.
That's also why when he brings in transfers, it's a little more exciting than when others do, because we've seen him have this ability to unlock guys' potentials and cause them to take a tick up with their level of play.
I mean, Tommy Tanks, Paul Skeens, just 2 glaring examples of that.
Exactly. And here's to hoping that we have many, many more to be celebrating after this year. All right, when we get back here on OTB, let's get into some of the basketball that happened over the weekend. A great win, a big loss, and I had some adventures in the city Saturday nights. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go Tommy's.com. GEAUX Tommy's.com is the website to get in touch with your exterior home improvement experts. You want hardy plank or vinyl siding, wood or vinyl window, you want any type of doors, you want to see the difference clearly, you want Tommy's. Where we have energy efficient options that literally pay for themselves over time because of the money you're saving on heating and cooling bills. We also offer lifetime warranties, guys. Okay, you want to talk about peace of mind. Are you kidding me? Lifetime warranties. So, take your home to the next level with Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go to GEAUXTommys.com today.
Yeah, when you go to the website, remember you can check out what they can do for you, testimonials of past clients, but also like a gallery of work, what they've done in the greater Baton Rouge area that's at your home or your business. But as we tell you every day, if you don't see it there, don't think they can't get it done. They can customize your job like you're looking to get it done. Go to the website today, gotommys.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got the dues in life to pay. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know everybody says you got to lose to know.
You already played it? Oh, God. Okay, dude. What? I
you
was
think I
mouthing
was
at you, and you kept nodding at me that you were.
I was like headbanging. I wasn't nodding at you. I wasn't even looking at you.
Oh, okay. The whole time, like, okay, I guess she just wants to get to the drop here. She seems to be really vibing. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
I mean, I was vibing, but I I was waiting for you to say something. Your mic was
This
on
is the
and
second
everything.
time in 2 shows T-Bub's missed the rejoin, by the way. Our guy.
Taylor, shut up.
No, what happened on Friday? Because you had your headset on, Jordan hits the stab, all this, and you were like, hello?
No, I didn't have my headset on. I think I was talking to Ed. Who was that? Ed McCaffrey, maybe? I don't know.
It's Ed McCaffrey.
I was, you know, I had a little champagne, just hanging out with Ed McCaffrey. I was living life, dude,
I get
living large. Man, what happened to those protein bites? Forgot them.
You ate them all.
I ate a few of them. They're quite good.
It looks like our station here finished 13th in the Barrett Sports Media mid-market stations.
Let's go. Hell yeah, dude.
Okay. I don't love that we're celebrating a 13th ranking, but
There's nowhere to go but up, baby.
I mean, we were number 7.
yeah. We are number 7.
Matt was number 6.
I need to get her to redo the rejoin.
That's true.
Not where it says 9th.
That's right. That's right. I'm just glad we moved up. Slowly but surely.
Where were we
climbing
as
the
a station last year?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
My guy Scott Kushner with
Scott Kush.
a point we had that we haven't talked about yet. We've talked around it. We haven't talked about it. Zach Bond, by the way, coming up with a pick in yesterday's game,
and led the Eagles in tackles.
Yeah, just to really drive home, and not to mention the fact you got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back in the building in which he used to play. Again, driving home the Saints front office ineptitude. But Scott tweeted out, quote, "It's at least irksome. The Eagles produced one of the best defenses in modern memory when starting 2 Saints castoffs who were required for almost nothing and the Saints' first-round draft pick." Don't forget that they gave that to the Eagles as well. Well done, Mickey. Hope the Eagles send you a ring. That's what Scott says. Yeah. Irksome is a good way of describing that. Irksome is not a word that I would use when it comes to K to Z window coverings. KTOZblinds.com. Wholesome? Yes. Wonderful? Yes. Bringing your home to the next level, the correct drapery, shades, blinds, shutters? Yes. All at K to Z window coverage. In fact, which summer, right? I guess summer's here, right? I mean, we haven't even talked about that. What happened? Did we just have a blizzard? It's just summer now. It's like actually hot when you're in the sun. Whatever. The point is, it's summer around the corner or already here. If you're going to be grilling and chilling in the backyard, maybe looking to get some drop-down exterior shade, you say cool at the touch of a button. Either way, it's all at K to Z window coverage, KTOZblinds.com.
We'll still have some gold baseball games. Don't worry.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly Sunday.
Okay. Shut up, Taylor. So
no, like the high is 57 on Sunday.
Okay. So LSU basketball, the men's basketball team over the weekend, suffering a absolutely brutal defeat as they lose at the buzzer. They're playing Ole Miss in the PMAC. Ole Miss ranked 25th. LSU in desperate need of an SEC win. Well, with 3 minutes to go, it's all good. LSU's up 70-59. Well, the game would finish on a 13-0 Ole Miss run, culminating in a tip-in with 0.1 seconds left after an offensive foul in a possession in which LSU could have won the game, and Ole Miss walks off with the buzzer-beater win. How many losses is that in a row in conference now?
In a row?
7?
6.
They're 1-9 overall.
6, because they started 0-3, then they won 1, so 6.
Ugh. 6, and again, went down in probably the saddest way possible. Anything to say here, guys?
So you mentioned they were up by 10 with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. Over the final 3 minutes and 14 seconds, LSU attempted one shot.
Tight.
It was a block Cam Carter free throw or layup attempt.
They attempted one shot.
They attempted
What
one
were they
shot.
doing every possession?
Turning the ball over.
Oh, my God.
What do they always say, T-Bob? Like, good teams find a way to win, bad teams find a way to lose.
Yeah.
LSU is mesmerizing in the fact that they continue to find different ways to lose basketball games. They outshot Ole Miss for the majority of the game. They held on to the ball the majority of the game. And then when the game's on the line, they utter collapse. It's like they were like, we didn't expect to be up by 10. We have no idea what to do.
Well, Jake, anything on the men before we move on to the good team, or you, Alonzo, anybody? I mean, you don't have to. Like, you really don't have to.
No
you don't
comment.
Have to. Yeah, that's fine. That's what I'm saying.
Basketball team.
Nobody has to. I just want to make sure we allow everybody to
brutal.
stage.
Like,
It's
I was
bad.
excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, they need this so bad, and this can maybe give them some life to finish strong. And now it's going to probably do the complete opposite.
Yeah.
You're going to go the complete opposite way. And after starting out the non-conference so much better than you did a year ago, we're like, well, you were so bad in the non-conference, and then you were 500 in the SEC last year. This is going to be pretty good. Like, you might have, I don't know, 600 winning percentage in the SEC. Like, that's what I hoped. Nah,
no,
not close.
And look, a lot of people will go after McMahon and whatnot. I mean, realistically, this is when you think about think about a city like New Orleans trying to support a third professional franchise. You just don't have the population for it. And realistically speaking, in that same way, is it possible with everything else that you put money into at LSU? Is it possible even for men's basketball to be good?
I mean, they've been good in the past.
No, I know, but I'm talking about
went
the
to a
context
Sweet
where LSU's at
16.
now.
Oh.
You got full-on investment in football. Obviously, you always have that. Kim Mulkey demands, and rightfully so, receives a lot of investment as well. And she creates it for herself, right? She's the one out there beating the streets, politicking, talking to donors, like making the money happen. You have Jay Johnson, again, another national championship winning coach in a sport that is, I'm probably LSU fans' second favorite to football. It's just
Jay Clark won a natty, and they fill out the PMAC
true.
every single meet.
I just don't think there's enough oxygen in the room.
Well, no one's going to want to invest in a team that's losing all the time.
No. And I mean,
it's hard to get bought into a team that's just not good.
But therein lies the vicious cycle.
Yeah.
because in basketball right now, even more so than football, now we don't talk about it as much because we talk so much football here and so little men's basketball, but like you think football's pay to win? Basketball, it's even more so. It's less players, more money per player, and LSU's just bringing a shoestring budget to the equation. And you know what? Frankly, I don't want it to change. If you're telling me you're going to have to take away the money from women's basketball, if you're telling me you're going to have to take away the money from baseball or football, like, no. Like, I think I'd rather be good at those other things.
I think what you're asking is like long-term, could LSU have a successful program? Because like we've seen flashes, right? You mean like long-term success?
I mean long-term success within the context of all the other sports and where they're at LSU right now.
No.
There's just not a lot of resources to go around.
Me and Mario used to have this conversation all the time because he's a big basketball fan. And he's like, Taylor, it's embarrassing that like Alabama and Auburn can put together these incredible basketball teams and we can't. And I always say, stop comparing LSU basketball to other basketball teams. Compare LSU baseball to the other basketball teams. Other teams don't invest in baseball like LSU. You have to sacrifice somewhere. Like Alabama, great in basketball, great in football. Look at their baseball program.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very similar. You're not going to have 3 dominant sports anymore. You got to kind of pick and choose which ones you have.
Yeah. So
unless you just have like all the monies.
Well, yes.
You know, like
A&M.
Like if a Texas ended up going out
they
there
can just keep paying. They can just pay everything. You know, and you're seeing that. It's one of the reasons why A&M is at least like okay in every sport. Now on the other side of the equation, there's the LSU women who deserve investment, get investment, and reward said investment as all they do is win. And definitely shadowed on the Super Bowl again, just absolute brutally bad scheduling.
Yeah, but the PMAC was rocking. Did you watch the game live?
No.
Oh my God! In the third quarter, like I was in another room, and the game was on. I was like, "What is that?" And
That's
it was
amazing.
literally the crowd over the announcers.
So LSU played host to Tennessee. The first game in Knoxville was an absolute classic. Finished with that incredible Kellen Gilbert left hand. And the PMAC game did not disappoint either, as LSU wins 82-77. And once again, KG goes off 23 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. Coach Mulkey's squad, all they do is win.
I mean, over 11,000 people in attendance, and for it to be Super Bowl Sunday.
And at 3 p.m. with the game starting at, like 5:30?
Yeah, that is pretty incredible. And again, on the broadcast, I mean, you could feel the PMAC. And I'm talking about the third quarter, so I'm not even talking about, like, the fourth quarter. Like, you had moments in the third where LSU is there, and they made a buzzer – well, they thought it was a buzzer beater and ended up not being good. But, I mean, it erupted – whenever that went in the third quarter, and it never really died down. And now LSU, the only team in the SEC that only has 1 loss overall, and now 3 teams tied at first with LSU, Texas, and South Carolina after South Carolina loses to Texas over the weekend.
South Carolina dropped to Texas over the weekend. I didn't realize it. Okay.
I mean, Taylor, what was like 57 straight regular season games maybe they had won?
The most important thing about this is the fact that Kellen Gilbert led you in scoring. Like, we can go ahead and call her the Tennessee killer because she dominated them last time as well. But a lot of people don't realize, like, if you're watching women's basketball, they've been winning these games, but they've been winning them defensively. Here's why. After the Tennessee game, the first one, Kellen Gilbert was 8 for 54 shooting off the bench. 8 for 54 since the last game she played against Tennessee. That's why you're kind of struggling, because you didn't have anybody scoring off the bench like a Kellen Gilbert. She puts 23 points up. That was the biggest thing, because can she get out of her shooting slump? You look where LSU scored. I mean, they scored in the mid-80s. Like, that made all the difference in the world.
Shout out to the LSU women getting it done. Unfortunate for the LSU men, as I don't know how they end up getting it done. Let's close out hour number 2 of Off the Bench when we return.
Off the Bench.
Go to PelicanRoof.com, guys. Pelican Roofing. Whether you're in Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Pelican has your back. If you want to work with the best, the company that has integrity as their guiding principle, right? That's why they won the Better Business Bureau Integrity Award. An award that's not given out, one for every industry. It's one overall. And who took it home? Pelican. And that's because they have quality through the roof. So a couple things you can do right now. You go to PelicanRoof.com. You can text them immediately. They'll get right back in touch with you. You can schedule your free inspection right there on the homepage. Or you can use their instant quote tool where you put in your address, they use satellite imagery, you choose what type of roof, and you get a ballpark of what to expect. Great financing options as well. Go to pelicanroof.com today.
Yeah, when you go to the website, T-Bob said you can do so many different things, but we also want you to remember that in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, they are there in those communities. And so they have shops in both. They're going to do things throughout the community in both Lafayette and Baton Rouge. PelicanRoof.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Welcome back, guys, to Off the Bench. Having a great day here on OTB. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday as well. As we said, very blessed, very excited to be back here in the studio after a couple of weeks away. Super fun, great career memories. But my God, as I get older, which I am older now, I'm 36 now after yesterday, guys. You just start to crave routine. Had a great birthday week, and thank you to everyone for all the birthday wishes. I've pretty much ignored everyone that reached out thus far, but I'll try to get back, say thank you. I took in my birthday on Saturday as one should, by grinding at the gold mine till 2 a.m. What a time. What a time. I went to this party, Jake, that my agent works for this thing, Athletes First. So I was like, ooh, Athletes First Super Bowl party. Oh, this is probably going to be pretty cool. It's like my ultimate non-favorite scene. a bunch of people posturing, trying to feel cool, no one dancing, everybody just talking and kind of like a little hesitant to get outside themselves. The whole time, like, I got to dance. The whole time, trying. And then sure enough, dude, who was there for me in my time of need? When I needed to go be free and express my exultation through the power of dance. The place who always is. The place where it doesn't matter how old you are, Jake, you are not judged. And that's the Gold Mine.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Gold Mine. I love you for that. It's the one place where you can go dance on the dance floor. And like we had an even older couple grinding right next to us. And none of the young people were judging us. Had a lot of flaming Dr. Peppers. Just really brought the night together in a perfect way.
Yeah, I don't think I've been there since right before the 2019 LSU Clemson game.
It had been a few years for me
Probably
as well.
the last time that I've been to the Gold Mine. But good spot, you're right. No judgment there.
No.
It's a mix of young and old.
Shout out my guy Dave, dude. Spinning the tracks Saturday night. I mean, when I tell you we were grinding, dude. Me and wifey. I mean, my quads and hammies are still sore. I'm talking about dropping it lower than you've ever seen. Full Saigon squat, balls on the ground, getting it for hours.
Did you just hear like Moffitt, Saigon squat?
Getting it. Just aggressive, fun. God, it was good. It's been too long.
I've never heard somebody say they danced so hard their balls were on the ground, but
Yeah, that's what it was, though. You know, it's sometimes a level of effort you got to put in.
yeah.
Ass
to grass.
I've been grinding with my wife like that since my brother's wedding. It's been too long. You know, it's like sometimes you've been in a relationship as long as we have. I'm 36 now after yesterday. Started dating when I was 16. That's 20 years. I guess I turned 36 at the Gold Mine pretty much almost. Didn't think about that. Hell yeah. It's awesome. But yeah, I mean, that's the way to keep the marriage alive.
Yeah.
Some good old school nuts to butts. You know?
Jesus.
It was very fun.
Now, was this your brother's real wedding or the fake wedding?
The fake wedding that I officiated. The fake wedding that I officiated. Every night, they had a bar on site that every night would just turn into a degenerate grind fest.
For others or just for you?
No. There were more.
Okay.
There were others grinding as well. There were others grinding Gold Mine as well.
Yeah, we said one of the couple.
Although I do create a bit of a halo around me, so I do a lot of movement.
Yeah.
And I think I freak people out a little bit sometimes, trying to they don't want to get hit.
I mean,
which is fine. That's cool.
I have seen T-Bob in that element before. He's telling no lies.
Yeah. Didn't get as sweaty as I thought I would, for whatever that's worth.
That's
Felt
disappointing.
Great. Felt great the next day though, dude. There's nothing better than just dancing your butt off to really kill a hangover. Like you can't be hungover because you've already
Sweat it all out.
Yeah, you sweat it all out. Feel incredible. So shout out Gold Mine. Thank you for making my birthday so special, and my kids, I guess, yesterday.
Probably grind more if you didn't have kids.
I ate way too many cheeseburgers.
So he got kids.
Off the bench.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
If you're tired of erosion and mud and want your lawn looking its best, winter is the easiest time to lay grass sod. Let Quality Sod help you select the perfect grass for your lawn. For winter sale prices, call 610-4842 or QualitySod.com.
Louisiana's big weather can mean big damage to your roof. Our team offers free inspections and guarantees your satisfaction. Call 756-8603 or visit riceandroofing.com.
Just to be on the safe side.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Monday, February 10th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 71. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll have weekend winners at 9 a.m. Devin Snow hops on the show at 9:15. Then we close things out with Ask the Bench. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah! How about it, guys? How about it? Hour number 3 of OTB. God, my stomach is kind of a mess right now, though. So my other favorite part of my birthday, besides going nuts and butts with my wife for 4 hours, was I got a new 4-burner Blackstone, baby. Let's go. Spent about 2 hours yesterday seasoning that thing up with the base Blackstone conditioner, getting it ready to roll. Then I dove straight into some smash burgies. And that's where things went awry. After an entire day of drinking a lot of heavy beer, I decided to eat 5 cheeseburgers, maybe 6 or 7 patties in total because a couple of them were doubles. And we're talking lettuce, onions, the works, bacon on each and every one of them. My stomach is an absolute war zone right now. It's awful. I thought I was going to go work out before the show today, and I woke up and I was like, no, no chance. If I were to work out right now, I would literally sweat grease. Just sweat straight burger grease. So I don't know how long it's going to. I feel hungover. I feel more hungover from eating the burgers than I did from partying Saturday night for my birthday.
You know, it could be a combination. Could be the old combination of partying late into the night on Saturday, then going straight to 5 burgers.
Possibly. Could be. Probably true.
Yeah.
Probably true.
I mean, we're old.
You're right.
We're old.
You're right.
Like, just from doing like 3 shows a day last week, like I think I got myself like in a situation.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't even do anything physically. Like, I just talked.
Feeling sore.
Yeah.
Hurting. Yeah. God, my stomach feels like garbage. I feel like I'm about to throw up. But. Damn, them burgers is good though, man. You know, I mean, bro, little double smashy. Little double smashy with mayo, ketchup, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, bacon. I should have done an over easy egg on them. That's on me. I'll make up for that.
Does that come with a diaper?
I didn't put pickles on them. That's on me. Oversight on my part.
On
Oversight on me. I have pickles in the fridge too. Just realizing that now. So
no pickles is.
That's a great part about life,
crime.
though. That's a great part about life, though, right? You make mistakes so you can learn, and you don't have to try to be your best self every day. You just try to be better than you were yesterday. And so I think I have to eat 5 more burgers today. Only fix it with the over easy egg and the pickles and really just reach my full burger potential. I got to say, though, I'm super excited to be in the Blackstone culture.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
It is.
The little hibachi.
Yeah. I love cooking on cast iron. You know, that's all I cook on inside. It's all I like to make the steaks on, everything. It's just all I like to cook on. So, and I don't even like grilling anymore either. So now to have the hibachi out there,
How
and
long
I can
have
finally
you-
bring my breakfast to that. Because right now, if I do breakfast, I got to do like cook the bacon in the pan, save the grease, but then I got to clean the pan real quick, then do the pancakes, clean the pan real quick, then do the eggs. Not
cold.
anymore, guys.
Yeah.
Not freaking anymore.
Did you just get it?
Yeah, I just built it
So
yesterday.
I was-
birthday, yeah.
I was telling
Incredible
Victoria
Super Bowl
last
day,
week.
chilling outside, beautiful day. Pre-game show on there. Little Bob's like hanging with me, watching football. Girls are hanging with me, like not watching football, but kind of still hanging with me a little bit. It was great.
I was telling Victoria last week, like I want one. I think that's gonna be my little birthday present.
It is. It's a great. It's. Like I said, I'm. If you have any good Blackstone tips, now I know the YouTube hole goes very, very deep. Not in terms of maintenance and everything. I feel like I'm pretty squared up there, but just in terms of like good recipes and whatnot, I'm all ears because Daddy's gonna be playing with this. I'm getting nice and fat. Thanks to this thing.
Wait, I thought you've been working out so you didn't get fat.
Not anymore. We're throwing all of that. I'm 36 now. I'm no longer eligible for Young Professional of the Year. It's time to just get old and fat.
Yeah, I never got that.
Time to just get old.
I aged out a long time ago.
Yeah.
I better not get a Blackstone for my Mike Gundy year. I need something a little bit more spicy.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's probably not a 40-year-old present.
Yeah, I got oh god, I got 3 months, less than 3 months.
Start the countdown.
You do have a Young Professional of the Year nominee on the show, though.
Who's that?
Let's go, Alondra.
I learned this the other day.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
I have never, and I've been here since, I don't even know, 2018. I ain't been nominated for ish since I've been here.
We won best sports
The
show.
only year we've ever been nominated.
Yeah, I know.
Every other year they nominate. Well, I don't know. Does Matt nominate himself? Or they
Yeah, I
nominate
mean,
Matt?
it's
I don't really know.
It's one of those deals where
I individually, I've never been nominated for anything. You know.
I'm gonna nominate you for Best Personality of the Year.
Nah, I don't need it. It's fine.
Best of 225.
I let go of kind of caring about those awards when I learned that. Now I would still like to beat Murphy Sam Jr. I would like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's like
But-
we get pitted against somebody that's basically like a national syndicated morning show where Matt just has to be like.
Well, I thought we were losing to him every year, which upset
We
me.
have, haven't we?
No, you only get to nominate
one.
one. You only get to nominate one person from your
Wait.
station.
Oh, you thought we were losing
No, like
to Matt.
when we weren't winning
okay.
best sports show, I was
Yeah.
just kind of like, oh man. So when the one year we got the nomination, then we won. I was like, okay, that's so like I don't even care anymore.
Yeah,
Like that's like monkey off the back.
By the way, Murphy, Sam, and Jody,
though.
tough competition this year. T-Bub's already seen the video. I got to show you all
I
the
saw
video.
the video. The video's great.
The videos were great last year too, dude.
I agree.
You know, so we're coming for you.
We are. We're number 7 now.
That's right. That's right. That's right, Murphy. I feel so much when it comes to Murphy, Sam, and Jody, like the Mad Men meme, where the guy's trying to talk crap to John Hamm in the elevator, and John Hamm looks at him and is like, I don't even think about you.
Yeah.
I am 99% positive that's how Murphy, Sam, and Jody feel about us.
Never heard of Off the Bench before.
No, ever. Like what? You'll do, what is that? It's like a morning show? Like a sports talk or something?
Is that a podcast?
Yeah, is that a podcast? Exactly.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, screw you, Murphy, Sam, and Jody. Now we're having hypothetical art, whatever. Get Gordon, get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon McGurn and Injury Attorney is going to be there for you when you need them. So, again, guys, you can go to getgordon.com. You can fill out the consult form right there online. They'll get in touch with you immediately. You can see cases they handle. You can see results from past customers. You can also find their philanthropic endeavors through the Gordon Gives tab, in which you figure out how they give back to the community. And as always, I want you to follow Gordon on social media at GetGordon. See a lot of content with your favorite with your favorite athletes, the members of the G team. Also, like good life advice, business advice, how to protect yourself when you get in an accident. So get somebody who's going to fight for you and get you what you deserve. Get Gordon, get it done. Let's do some weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure! We've got too far!
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that? Win the whole thing.
That's funny. Somebody mentioned a hair. I need a little hair of the dog. I just need like a slider. You know, just like take the edge off. My meat come down is too extreme now. I just need one little slider. I'll be good to go. My first weekend winner, and granted, probably later in the week, guys, I need to sit down and might do it today and collect all of the content to really celebrate him. But Jameis Winston just went on a Jeremy Lin level generational run of the media this last week. I also think I'm maybe more impressed because I find man on the street stuff to be very hard. A lot of people think I'd be good at it. I think I'm pretty awful at it. And yet Jameis, no matter what he was doing, driving rickshaws, baking W-shaped beignets, catching crab legs on bourbon and eating them, he just approached everything with an effusive optimism and joy and fun while also being funny. Him pouring purple drink dressed as a pirate. I mean, shout out to Jameis Winston, one of the city's absolute favorites.
He did call Bert Kreischer Bert Kershaw live on air.
You know, I mean,
and Kreischer's like laughing his tail off.
To be fair, I'd never really known his names. I think I called him Kirshner. What is it? Kreischer?
Yeah.
I think it's Kreischer, yeah.
Or Kreischer.
It's Kreischer, but it's spelled really weird. It's like SCHN.
So no N. There's no N in there.
It's not Kershaw.
No, it's not Kershaw. It's not Kershaw.
But, I mean, he laughed. He thought it was hilarious.
Shout
and
out
also,
to
like,
Love
Jameis, when you're talking that much, just from experience, you can't go sing karaoke at night.
Hell yeah, you can, dude. Get it done.
Well, did you hear him by the end of the week? He couldn't understand a word he said.
That's been me, dude.
Yeah.
T-Bob's ready. Couldn't even hold the camera. What are you talking about? All right.
Yeah.
Anybody? Anybody else want to
Cooper DeJean, weekend winner.
Yeah.
First career NFL touchdown in the Super Bowl. Got to be a pretty cool moment. And a lot of the conversation, from including Jameis Winston, said that Cooper was going to struggle in this game, and he goes out there and has a lockdown game, including a pick six for a touchdown. What a way to get your first career touchdown. So Cooper DeJean, weekend winner.
Yep, breaking the officially completing the dismantling of the Jason Sehorn curse. A white cornerback scored it. If you don't think representation matters, guys, in all facets of life, search your heart about how you feel about Cooper DeJean.
Yeah.
Because you think it's pretty cool. It's like when you see like a white running back, yeah, it matters.
There's going to be some little white cornerbacks that are very excited.
Yes.
Watching.
Finally. Now they just have to be world-class athletes. And all their dreams can come true. Just naturally world-class athletes. He had some nice punt returns, too.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Some kind of ballsy punt returns.
Ballsy.
Like, oof.
Yeah, old boy, bro. Right when the Eagles had all the momentum, too, old boy ran into him on the one fair catch, his own teammate, and that could have been disastrous.
Yeah.
At that time. Jackie Robinson moment. Okay, I'm not going to grant it the rank of a Jackie Robinson moment. No, but it was still awesome. It was still awesome.
That's funny.
We got nominated for Cracker of the Year. Congratulations.
Oh, heck yeah.
Alondra?
Well, speaking of AB, he had a podcast with Theo Vaughn come out, and it was so funny. Like, I actually watched it, and it's kind of hard to get through some of it, but it's actually really funny. Yeah, I agree with Jameis being the weekend. Like, y'all know I love Jameis, and I've always loved him. And so seeing him be able to shine and everybody love him the same way that I've always loved him, I love it. But my weekend winner, LSU softball as a whole, they swept the Tiger Classic.
I meant to mention them earlier.
Swept the Tiger Classic this weekend, starting off the season 5-0. But freshman Jaden Heavner? I don't know yet. I haven't heard it.
Let's say Heavner.
Yeah, so she pitched a perfect game versus Charlotte. She's a freshman, pitching a perfect game in her debut. 13 strikeouts, 6th perfect game in history of the program, and the first one since Gorsuch pitched one back in 2020 versus Belmont. And the pitching staff as a whole only allowed 2 runs on the weekend. Macy Bergeron hit the first home run of the season. Tori Edwards, though, had a grand slam and 3 home runs this weekend. So shout out LSU softball. They had a great season last season, if you'll remember, and they're just picking up right where they left off.
Hell of a start to the career.
Yeah.
It's a casual, perfect game out the gate.
Thank heaven her LSU signed her.
Yeah.
Good job, Taylor. You know what? You did something good today. Finally. It only took you 2 hours and 15 minutes, but you did something good.
Start of the show was good.
No, the start of the show was
kind of weird.
You, like, Fast and Furious level hijacking the show.
It was excellent.
For your own enjoyment.
Great.
You straight up, I feel like I was transporting the prisoner at the beginning of Dark Knight, and you and all your goons, your Bane goons, hopped on the plane and just crashed just immediately,
It was
making the opening about Tom Brady.
It was awesome.
Not even Tom Brady's announcing in the Super Bowl. You made it all about Tom Brady's
Care
legacy.
about his announcing?
Anyway. Real quick on LSU
really
softball.
like
Reminder.
Tom Brady.
The what on we'll get there later.
Yeah.
LSU softball, in terms of live entertainment, such an incredibly good time. The berm, kids can run around. You're on the grass. You can bring beers, like be chilling, drinking, hanging out. LSU softball on the berm, all-time fun family affair to go hang out and watch a game at. Okay, sorry. Taylor.
Yeah, so I actually have a winner and a loser. The winner for me is Nick Sirianni, not just because he won the Super Bowl. Sirianni's contract was up after that game. He has all the leverage now to get, well, basically whatever money he wants out of Philadelphia, because there was a talking point going into the Super Bowl, like, hey, he's probably going to be back, win or lose, but if he wins this game, he could kind of name his price at that point. I mean, 2 Super Bowl appearances in 3 years, and the year he didn't make to the Super Bowl, he still had double-digit wins and made the playoffs. Like, over the last 3 years outside of Andy Reid, no one's been better than Nick Sirianni. My weekend loser, this was something that was supposed to happen on Saturday. ESPN jumped through all these hoops to broadcast the Lakers versus Pacers game. It was 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. The reason for that is because that was supposed to be Luka Doncic's debut. Not only did Luka Doncic not play in that game, LeBron James sat out of that game as well. So they jumped through all these hoops to broadcast the Lakers game without LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Luka's real debut is supposed to be tonight.
The NBA's got, that continues to be kind of a problem for the NBA guys, just sitting out too many games. Okay, this wasn't where I was going to go next, but I did have it our weekend loser. The Davis-Luka trade.
Yep.
As Anthony
Anthony
Davis gets hurt, non-contact injury, adductor strain. Jake expected to keep him out for multiple weeks.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my weekend losers as well. I mean, the picture I see on ESPN.com is him holding like 3 different body parts with like this grimace on his face. I'm like, that's him. That is the picture of his career, is him making the grimace face, just holding something. Like,
this is got to be the worst trade of all time.
This is
like
Tay
not
Tay
just
gave me
just
two
be
that
tough,
were-
like playing.
not just in terms of like functionally what you gave up and what you got and everything, but like even down to like the entire fan base hates you now.
Yeah,
feels like you completely betrayed them. Like it is unfathomably crappy from every angle.
Just play. Like
The
just play.
vibes
You're
are
paid to
very
play.
angry in Dallas right now.
Awful. Yeah. All-time bad vibes.
Let's still blame Jerry for the vibes.
I mean, they're in a competition for who's the worst GM in Dallas right now, and
It's not Jerry Jones. Look, Jerry Jones
it's
had one
Jerry
bad year.
Jones.
No, he's not. No, it's not. It's Nico Harrison.
Nico Harrison is giving him a run for his money for sure. That is a horrible trade, and the way that you went about it too is just snake
secret.
Yeah.
Now, it does make you wonder what was coming from on high. They got new ownership that I think is like more along the lines of like maybe like private equity, where it's like maybe I don't know. We'll see how it plays out over time. Alondra, do you have anything? Does anybody else have anything else?
No.
No, you don't have to.
We
Taylor,
can
do you
lose
have
our
another one?
Kendrick Lamar.
No, we can lose us because we don't get it.
That's true. I don't get it. It's very hard for me to comprehend what the message he was trying to put out last night. I'm too dumb to get it. So are you, T-Bob. And you, Taylor. Yeah. And you, Jake.
Well, it's true, at least in one of the people that you named. Weekend winner, Always Sunny fans.
Yes.
Now that they won, means we will get a special Always Sunny Super Bowl episode once again. And the Always Sunny championship episodes are always incredible. So I heard they were going around Mid-City, popping up at like bars and buying people drinks and whatnot. The Always Sunny people.
No way.
Yeah.
I would have died.
Are you kidding me? That would have been like my dream come true. We do that, and then the Workaholics guys making the rounds. Those are probably my 2 favorite shows in college, the Sitting on the City last
I saw
week.
them at the Post Malone show. I also saw Emmitt Smith there. And I was like, oh my God.
I still don't understand what Circle Water is, though.
Circle Water?
Adam Devine's little
Yeah, they did
thing.
like a whole commercial on it yesterday, and I still didn't.
Yeah, he brought it over. It's a water that has a chamber, and you can put a flavor in there, and you control the strength of it. I'm like,
that seems so complicated.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll just drink my water out of a bottle.
Yeah, or just like drop like a flavor in there. Like, what do you like? What's the big innovation there? Like, I drink electrolyte water all the time.
Adam Devine does have 790 testosterone level though.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Massive
always lifted.
number.
He's always
Really?
lifted.
That's a big number. It's a big number.
Also saw Shane Gillis, and I really wanted to
that'd be
befriend
cool.
him.
I'd
I
like
was
to see Shane
nah.
Gillis.
Did you tell Emmitt Smith I said hey?
Yeah, I was like, Tay, he's your #1 fan.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that was wild this weekend. Like having Moose Johnston and
Yeah.
then Jerome Bettis and Marshall Faulk and Emmitt Smith and Marcus Allen and Thurman Thomas all like
And Ed
getting to-
McCaffrey.
Well, I'm talking about running backs.
I'm complete. Jake. I know.
Like I got to like interview all those players, and I'm like, this is incredible.
Hell yeah.
So insane.
All the running backs were out.
Weekend winner, just week winner, all of us.
I will say
It
this.
was
Weekend
crazy.
winner, definitely the station. Like
Yeah.
everybody who worked behind the scenes, obviously Bo, Kay doing a lot of lifting there, but it goes beyond that. Everybody in the building who worked behind the scenes, planned out the logistics, had everything go off without a hitch, had us a wonderful spot on Radio Row, really just top to bottom. Everybody who was producing, getting guests, top to bottom good. Take a bow, everyone. It was super fun.
It was awesome.
It was a really good spot.
All right. When we get back, let's see if we catch up with Devin Stone. Oh, my God, my stomach. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Too many burgers. Too many burgers. Too many burgers. Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com. PECbuilt.com. Weekend winner running backs. Yeah, I agree. Weekend winner, you, if you decide to make the backyard of your dreams come true with Pinnacle Exterior Construction. Again, guys, summer is here. Almost here. If you want to build a pool to stay cool during the summer, we can do a completely custom job and make it as insane as you want. I mean, look at some of these in the gallery at PCBuilt.com. Or we also have a bunch of great spec pools where you get a booklet. It's got all the different templates, detail work within the template. You still make your own. It's more affordable. The bottom line, you want to build the outdoor space of your dreams. Pinnacle is the answer. PECbuilt.com.
Yeah, if you want to drop a Blackstone in your outdoor kitchen, they can do that too. And you can eat 5 burgers in one day like T-Bob. I mean, anything is possible. Go to the website today, PECbuilt.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB. I know that we're supposed to be filling out a station survey for Hunt Palmero. What is it again?
Player you are most excited about this season.
Okay, can we just answer that on air and tell Hunt to go back and listen so I don't have to write an email?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Alondra, you're up.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that I'm just excited to watch all the newcomers, all the transfers, the new transfers that we have coming in, because as we mentioned, Jay Johnson really takes pride in developing players and finding diamonds in the rough, I feel like, and bringing them to the next level here at LSU. So I'm just excited to watch all these new players, but obviously if I'm going to name one, it'd be Chase Shores, which is the obvious answer here because everybody else is very excited to watch him pitch this season.
All right, Tay-Tay.
So I actually responded to this email earlier today. Might be the only one.
Good for you.
Yeah, I know, right? Just star student. No, I just didn't have anything else to do. I answered Chase Shores and that for the reason I was telling T-Bob earlier. You know, we saw a little bit of what he could do. I'm ready to see it as a full-time starter, hopefully in this weekend rotation. I mean, for 2 years we had heard, hey, wait for Chase Shores, wait for Chase Shores. It's coming, it's coming. It's here now. It's here now. Let's see what he's got.
All right, so that is it's an easy answer, but it's one that I certainly understand why y'all would both go there. I'm going to go off the beaten path a little bit. I'm going to go with outfielder Jake Brown.
Yeah.
Jake Brown, you could tell last year, had all the tools, 5-tool player. It really started to come on as of like the back end of the season kind of started to close there in North Carolina. He had a couple of big moments. So I think I'm going to go Jake Brown. I'm excited to see what he can do. Going to be counted on more this year. And again, you know, easily you could have gone Milam or Bayer or Braswell or, like you said, Chase Shores. But I think I'm going to go Jake Brown, outfielder.
I like that answer.
I don't want to talk about Brown right now.
Who's your baseball player that you're most looking forward to? Because that way you don't have to write Hunt an email.
He just has to listen and write what we said.
I'm going to chill out, guys. We're going to write Hunt an email.
No.
But,
Who's we?
Yeah. You got a mouse in your pocket?
I said, I'm going to write. I said, I'm going to
Oh,
write.
okay.
Nah,
He said we.
He said we.
No, I did not.
Yeah, he
Check
said
the
we.
tape. I
I'll
just
check the
mumbled
tape.
a little bit, guys. You know, I
T-Bob,
honestly,
they're saying it looks like you saw a ghost.
I don't want to. It's just. There's just nothing good.
But yeah, favorite or who you most looking
I don't
forward to
even
watch.
know. I can't form.
Hey, what are they expecting
thoughts.
from William Schmidt from Catholic coming over? Like he was
Billy
somebody
Schmidt?
that like they thought no way in the world would he end up on
He was
campus.
like #1 prospect. Yeah. So I haven't read too much about him, but he's a big get that we like. It was like you said, nobody really expected him to stay in his own backyard or like forego going into the MLB, but that's another one that is exciting.
I'll give you a name a lot of people aren't talking about. Not necessarily what he's going to do this year, but what he could do in the future. Maverick Rizzi, freshman pitcher. Watch him. He's 6'9". He's a guy that Jay has highlighted in multiple press conferences, like without being asked about him. And we always talk about when a coach highlights a player without being asked about him. He's seen something in him. He's mentioned him in multiple press conferences now. Again, 6'9", coming in as his pitching rotation. Like he'll get a little bit of run. I don't expect much out of him this year.
6'9",
but
and his
yes.
name is Maverick Rizzi,
Maverick Rizzi,
he's a pitcher.
He's 253.
This is freaking awesome.
So he's not
dude.
like
oh my
6'9",
god,
250, yeah.
253 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Another player that I would throw into this conversation that we talked a lot about last year because he stepped up when you needed someone to step up that we haven't really talked about at all is Ashton Larson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like nobody's talking about him, and he was big for you last year when you needed somebody to step up. You needed one of the young players. He came in, he gave you a spark, and so now he's a sophomore. So he could be somebody that could continue to develop and be exciting.
I think I put him at DH when I was guessing
I'm surprised you didn't say John Pearson. You talked
Big
about him for a
John.
couple of years now.
Oh, yeah, it's true. I mean, I did have that magical night watching him in the playoffs with Western Row, but now I don't know, man. I gotta sit down and think. I mean, my head immediately just goes to Chase Shores, but it's a bit too chalky. I want to get outside of that.
But
the thing that I'm still most interested to see, it's like I know Jay Johnson is going to get the most out of lineup, so they're going to be awesome. But remember, we thought there were too many arms last year, and then you ended up with not nearly enough. And so probably the biggest element of the team that I'm watching is, are we overrating the staff once again? Or will we actually have a dominant Friday guy and great Saturday? Will we have excellent setup guys, more than one? Is it Gavin Guidry in line to be the closer?
That's what I would guess.
Like, would we have it? So
He'll
again,
get first crack at it.
Probably the thing that I'm most intrigued to see is, am I going to be guilty of overrating the staff for a second year in a row? Where last year we talked about they have so many options and all this, and then like Thatcher, it's like nobody did what you thought they were going to do.
Yeah, and you do have the options, and you have players that are still going to be question marks because they're either coming back from injury or they're going into their sophomore year, and you're wondering, can they make a step? Cade Anderson, somebody that kind of fits that going into his sophomore year, certainly was thriving at the end of his freshman year.
Preseason All-American.
Every bit of 6'2", so lefty, super long. That's somebody you're counting on, but, he's coming, into his sophomore year. Now there's film on him. Now there's a book on him. Can he continue to develop? Like, we think so, but it's going to be a question for sure. And then Chase Shores, like you said, he looks the part, has been the part, but coming off injury, can he be the guy that you're counting on every Friday night?
Alondra, before we go to break, to close the loop on something that we did like 2.5 hours ago, so it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
What are the other names of players besides Devontae Smith who have won college natties and college natties, Heisman, and the Super Bowl? We get so Reggie Bush definitely in that number.
Reggie Bush is in there.
Tony Dorsett,
Charles Woodson, and hold on,
Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen.
Okay,
there you go.
Pretty rarefied air for Devontae Smith there.
Joe was close.
Joe was very close.
Burrow.
Yep, he still could,
He still could. Absolutely.
You win a Super Bowl, he'll be in that number as well.
A shout out to, and I know the game was in New Orleans, but I don't really think that would have mattered. Like, shout out to the star power for LSU down in New Orleans this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, between Joe and Jaden and Malik and Jets and just everybody that was there. Even like the people covering the game
Paul
that are
Skeens?
from LSU. He was there too.
He was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured.
He was there.
And like
Livy
the biggest
was there.
crowds that we had over like in our little Sirius compound were the LSU guys.
Speaking of Paul Skeens, his old girl, Livy Dunn, and the LSU gymnastics team got a little number 1 v. number 2 meet coming up this Friday in the PMAC. 1 versus 2 in the country. Going to be absolutely massive. Electric environment, guys.
Also, what a weekend, because you got LSU baseball at 2. Right after that, you got a 1 versus 2 matchup in the PMAC.
15K strong, going crazy every time it's stuck. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Huh? Is this true? Gulf South says Devontae Smith is the first Alabama player ever to score in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we mentioned that in the
drafted player.
break.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Because beforehand, there was somebody that was drafted out of the Coast Guard football team that had scored.
And then
Alabama had not at that point.
And then Hurts.
Oh, Coast Guard has a football team. Wow.
And then Hurts,
Still
they
do.
count out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, uniforms and everything.
Yeah. Hurts what?
Hurts counts out of Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because he was drafted out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's right. All right. When we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked, guys. 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com is the website where you can go and check out all the incredible offers they have going down off of Airline and Goodwood. You go to AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com, and right there on the homepage, a dialog box pops up where you can search the inventory by keyword. If you're going to go like minivan, truck, whatever like that, you could search the inventory by budget. If this is just truly going to be a quantitative search where this is what I can spend, what are my options, and you can always search by make and model as well. You can test drive whatever you want, and the team's there to guide you to the correct answers for you and your family. Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Yeah, go to the website today, see what you can find for you buying new, leasing, or renting. Multiple trucks, multiple midsize SUVs, sedans, hybrids, you name it, van. They've got you covered. Full-size SUV as well with the Sequoia. But you go to the website, go ahead and reserve that rental today for Mardi Gras coming up, and you can do it at allstartoyotaFBatonRouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile. on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
T-Bot says, ask the bench, is Jalen Hurts the most attractive Super Bowl quarterback ever?
He asked me this question last night, and I think the consensus is yes until Joe Burrow wins a Super Bowl.
I mean,
he's in the convo for sure.
Like, I get Brett Favre.
Tampa Brady's pretty good looking.
Yeah.
I don't find Tom Brady good looking. Brett Favre was good looking when he was a youngin'.
You like a little gunslinger, huh?
I like me a little gunslinger.
Hey, we almost had Jimmy G.
Tom Brady's a little too pretty for me. So is Jimmy G.
I'm trying. I mean, the problem is I don't know the old school quarterbacks well enough to answer this, right?
Exactly. That's why I had to do my research.
Quarterbacks are traditionally like the best looking on the team. And yeah, even though he's a little bald, I mean, what about a young Terry Bradshaw, right? He's got to be up there probably. Now that said, Jalen Hurts, yes.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very much so. But
I agree.
I just, again,
Troy Aikman still's got his fastball.
Like, I don't know what Jim Plunkett looks like.
Aikman's a good one.
But, like, maybe he's really good looking. Yeah, you would think Aikman was a good one, dude.
I mean, he is.
Aikman
Ooh,
is.
a young Steve Young.
And I love, you know, a little curly haired Mormon.
He's a vampire.
Oh, I felt like a shot.
He doesn't drink. That's the secret to being a vampire. You don't age yourself by partying your ass off all the time.
I think it's, for me right now, from the little bit of research that I've done, between Jalen and Brett Favre.
Okay. No, not Nick Foles. Murder.
No.
Not Nick Foles. No, maybe in other areas, Nick would surpass all quarterbacks, but we just don't have the data.
Wait a minute.
Unfortunately, we just don't have the data.
I just looked up a young Kurt Warner.
He was the one that came to my mind.
Also very attractive.
Well, I mean, again, these are all kind of like all quarterbacks are like pretty,
That's fair.
Kind of,
But yeah, Jalen is very good looking.
Is
Him and
Trent Dilfer
Saquon.
the ugliest?
No.
Whoa.
Ben Roethlisberger, actually, I think is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who's up there for ugliest just because he was awful eating
Patrick
and drinking
Mahomes,
habits would be Ken Stabler.
What about Peyton?
Eli's not the. I mean,
Yeah.
Peyton and Eli?
They're
just kind of plain looking. Like they're not.
About Matthew Stafford. How do you feel about Matthew Stafford?
Matt Stafford's not bad
I
either.
don't love his veneers.
You have a weird thing against veneers, though.
That's true. They do look
They
great,
look a
though.
little too fake to me, though.
But they always do, but then they always do generally look better than the person's old teeth, to be fair. Like Will Compton needed those veneers.
Yeah, Willie
Without
did.
a doubt.
Willie definitely did.
Lynn
Dawson's, I mean, God, iconic when he's smoking the heater on the sideline.
Yeah.
Pretty good looking.
Legend. But whatever. Point is, Jalen Hurts is very attractive,
Yeah.
and now he's a Super Bowl champion. And whoever was saying that they wish they were Jalen Hurts' wife last night, okay, yeah, dude, I
Same.
get it.
Me
I
too.
get it. Cool.
I wish I
Me
was
too. Samesies.
Or Saquon's wife.
Samesies. Same. Yeah, I mean that's another good affair.
I mean, Saquon is very good
Saquon's
looking.
thighs? Are you kidding me?
Saquon could get it.
Oh, I haven't heard anybody say that in a long time. The best part about it is when people say that, it's always in someone who is like obviously attractive.
Yeah.
And yes, I would want to have sex with that person. You know,
Yeah.
like Sydney Swig. Like that. Like, okay, like duh. That's not the question of would you want to partake. It's could you ever pull it off?
I want to say something so bad right now, but
I mean,
not
Joe
going to.
Namath, Broadway Joe back in the day, dude. You know,
I looked
chest
him up, too.
hair, laying down. Todd Landry says Carson Wentz was voted by Maxim as his quarterback.
Come on, Carson Wentz.
What a mad lib of a sentence.
Right.
Anyway, guys, I should have put myself in weekend winners because on top of grinding all Saturday night, which was great, Friday afternoon, that Chess.com Super Bowl party was infinitely better than what I thought it was going to be, guys. It wasn't a party. It was just a chess tournament with NFL players. And I got to play in the tournament.
And you won your first round.
Smoked Rocket Ishmael.
Oh, really? That's
yeah,
cool.
Rocket's new to the game, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, second round, I ran up against Will Davis, who is not new. Coming to Nevada, he's a 500 rating points better than me, which is like way, way, way better. And I immediately felt like I was getting my chain snatched like by Debo and Friday. Like it was just helpless.
Who ended up winning?
Oh, he kicked my ass. Oh, it was helpless.
No, who won the tournament?
Will Davis.
Oh, he won.
Yeah.
Well, you lost to the guy that won it.
So the only disappointing part about that is, sure, that's good. But if I had won this game, I was going to win a free smart board that I've been eyeing for years, but that's like really expensive.
Dang.
And they had two of them to give away. And if I would have made the finals, I would have had it. But and I would have maybe had a chance against the other guy. I'm not saying I would have won, but I would have had
Who
a
was
better
it, do you
chance.
know?
No, but Will Davis smashed me. But shout out chess.com. It was so much
Be
fun.
like, hey, Will,
and
you
I still
probably
took
got
home a
one
couple
of
chess
these.
boards. I got a custom Super Bowl chess board that they definitely don't have the copyright for. And then I have a custom football field chessboard now too.
Congratulations.
First time ever playing over the table. I've never sat down and played a human being with the pieces and the clock and everything.
Really?
Like a dream come true, which also did make it way harder as well.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I just know the Saved by the Bell episode where they keep hitting the clock.
Yeah, God,
Only-
hitting the clock feels so good. I
That's
felt like
my
I was
only thing that I know. Oh, outside of Queen's Gambit.
I felt like I was on Queen's Gambit.
So the clock is like, that's your time to make a move, then you hit it, now they're on the clock,
Yes,
right?
so
Okay.
I mainly just play blitz chess. So each person has a bank of 5 minutes to make the moves. And I don't care how much you're winning by. If you run out of time, you lose.
Oh, like automatically?
Yes, automatically. So it incentivizes you. You can't just sit there and think forever. You have to play.
Looking forward to the next Super Bowl real quick. Acts that have strong San Francisco ties. Do you think they'll go
Dead and Co?
You got the Grateful Dead, but it would be Dead and Company. Santana.
I wouldn't. Ooh.
Creedence Clearwater Revival. Journey, which
Ooh,
is
Journey would be
way
a
overdue
really good
for
one.
a Super Bowl show. Metallica.
Would be super badass.
And Green Day.
It does feel like we're probably set for a rock rubber band effect the same way that, like, after the Janet Jackson controversy, then we got like The Who and others like that for a few years in a row. I would not be surprised at all. You could do a really good show with all of them, though. But then
it's been pretty hip hop heavy the past few years.
Well, also I was gonna say, then again, maybe they'll just like do somebody random that has no ties to the area whatsoever, never bring out anybody else who has any ties whatsoever to the area as well, like they did this year. I don't know. All right, to close out the show, they'll ask the bench next.
Off the bench.
Go to trashrangers.com, guys, trashrangers.com. And again, if you live in Livingston or Ascension and you've been wanting to make the switch, the time to act is now. You can go online, see, why choose us, the dependability, the reliability, the 1,000 5-star reviews on Google. Go look at like the Facebook threads as well. You can see just how satisfied people are. But right now, you can make the switch for half off, guys, as low as $13.95 a month. Are you kidding me? For exceptional service, they text you the night before, it's your day, so you never get to put out your cans again. And from the community, man. It's all those profits, everything else, the front or back in your churches, old league teams. They're the best. Get a better level of service. Get Trash Rangers, trashrangers.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you can sign up for residential service in the bottom left corner, commercial service right there in the center of the website, and also roll-off dumpsters, 3 different sizes to choose from. Give them a call. They'll let you know which one you need at 225-363-9053.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Welcome back, OTB. Another football season in the books, guys. We officially enter the long dark of Moria, the offseason. But we got some fun stuff coming up, man. Hey, guys, I do want to remind you about our friends over there at Boudreaux's Electrical, who are now hiring electricians. So if you want competitive pay and excellent work environment that is family first, you want to go to boudreauxelectrical.com. Get in touch with them. But remember, if you need a generator, you want a Generac home generator, okay? They've been in the business for over 40 years. They're one of the premier Generac dealers, top 5 in the entire state. And unlike these other companies where a lot of private equity coming in and buying them up, and that's who you're buying from, and you're just a number on a spreadsheet to them. Not the case with Boudreaux's. I mean, guys, it's Boudreaux's, okay? From here. I don't think I was going to make a risque joke. Look, I'll just say this. Everything they do is about making sure that your system is good to go when you need it to protect your family, keep the lights on. Family-run business, customer-based business. Go to boudreauxelectrical.com. Ask the Bench, brought by Cole Kurz Live as the Arts of Blue Moon Lights. Guys, such a sweet. Ask the Bench, would you... ask the Bench, will Alondra save my 26-year-old son from dating bad women?
I'm not really sure how I can help that.
Yeah, like is he asking? Is he asking Alondra to date his kid?
Too old now. 27.
Oh wow! After Friday, okay. Yeah, look. Like wrong with little cougar action?
I don't know. I can't do it. There are dudes that are in their 30s don't even know how to act. So.
Ask the Bench, Jake. Will Sirius cover the World Cup next year? And do you need a bag boy? If so,
hold on. It's funny.
Oh, interesting.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
Yeah, they were passing these out in our Sirius XM.
Oh, let's go.
Look at that.
For the 2026 World Cup. Yeah, they were passing these out because we will be covering it.
Oh, that's awesome.
You got to be so happy.
So I'm hoping to maybe sort of kind of get one of those assignments. I don't even care what city it's in. Like, you can send me wherever.
Is it in
they were
North
passing
America?
those out because we will be,
Oh, hell
so
yeah.
we will be
Isn't
covering
it in LA?
There's one in stop in LA. Yeah, the championship I believe is in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at MetLife.
Gulf South says, asked to bench, not official, but I think this is the first time Rookie of the Year in both MLB and NFL came from the same college in the same year. Schemes 85. I mean, I find it very hard to believe that would be true. Or that I'm with you. That would have happened at any other time. Ask the Bench, what would you like to see at halftime instead of music that could fit in the time frame? Again, I like the halftime shows to at least feature some head nods to the local city. If it has culture from which to draw. Like, look at how they did the West Coast show when it was in L.A. It was all Dre and West Coast guys, and it was great. What's that? Ask the Bench, favorite moment from Radio Row last week? Ed McCaffrey.
All of it was so great, but, I mean, Dustin.
Yeah, that's awesome for you. God, Gary V's always so good. Kenny Chesney
I
was
didn't see Gary
great.
V there.
Oh,
Yeah.
You and Matt, dude.
He remembered, like, stuff from Vegas. Rivers already tried that.
I just know Matt loves
Kenny
Gary
Chesney.
V. Kenny Chesney. Taylor, what's your favorite moment?
Off the bench.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by